Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Astral Circus here on happyjacks. May I have that pink framed plastic sheet? Thank you. Prepped and ready to go is what they call me. To find all the previous sessions of this game, you can go to happyjacks.org/The Astral Circus, emphasis on ass. And you can go to our YouTube or podcast stream and get all of that. I am Jason. I'm the GM, the ringleader of this nonsense. We are playing Dungeons & Dragons 2024 edition as close as possible with the modification of using 2d10 instead of a d20. It means our crit range changes a little bit and the game is 100 times more fun. That's a scientific metric that we've used based on measuring how much more I am enjoying the game. So, it's an objective fact. And I'm a data scientist.
Trust me, the scientist.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's working really well. We're also playtesting a sorcerer subclass that I'm a big fan of. That I've always wanted to be able to make work, and I think it actually works better in 2024 edition. So, yeah, really excited to see how that works out. And as a content warning, understand we delve into, well, now it sounds like I'm written by ChatGPT. Delve is the #1 ChatGPT word from last year.
Is it?
Yeah, there was like a study to see how you could tell what ChatGPT wrote, and like the use of the word delve went spiked up for public speaking and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But it was a way that you could identify, you know, not anybody just winging it like I am, but we touch on adult topics, and I do mean touch. We consensually touch on adult topics and violence and gore, some witchcraft. We talk about food sometimes. Yeah. Okay. We have safety tools in place. We have X-Card. We have our Lines and Veils document. It's useful for us. It lets us push boundaries and do what we want to do and then stop or change something if we need to. We've used it on air before. We've used it off air. We've done check-ins. We do stars and wishes after almost every episode so that we can check in with each other and have those conversations. I hope you will do something similar at your table. The thing I always hear is like, oh, we've been gaming together for 20 years. We don't need to do that, blah, blah, blah. Like, I've been gaming with all of these folks for some significant amount of time, and I would be so bold as to call them friends. You know, joke's on me, I guess. But the having the safety tool in place tells both of us in any of these one-on-one interactions, because I'm the center of everything, that we hold this as important, right? We share that this is an important thing that we're going to think about. I think that's a good thing. Dion, welcome back.
Thank you. Does that mean you want me to go first?
I do.
Oh, okay. All right, just making sure. Hello, everyone. I am Dion. My pronouns are he, him. I will be playing Gralen Longstamp, also he, him. Looking forward to get back at it. Apparently, people had a lot of fun and just other arcs that always happen when I'm not here. I wasn't here for whale shenanigans, and now I'm not here for Underdark shenanigans, and so I want to be a part of things. I'm fun.
The most fun.
Gralen is definitely canon fun. Fun is Gralen's middle name.
But yeah, looking forward to it.
Howdy everybody, I'm Jay and I'm playing Brutus, the Giff monk. We both use he, him pronouns. And glad to be back playing Brutus after the short little jaunt into the Underdark with my companions here playing somebody very un-Brutus-like.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam, they, them pronouns, and this week I am here to play Jaden Sapphire, he, him, Astral Elf, Circle of Stars, sparkly ass druid, and not a yucky mushroom druid this time.
Emphasis on the ass.
Yep.
Emphasis on.
And sparkle.
Yes. It's a sparkly ass.
Yeah. And that's not
best
the only
kind.
part that's
That's
sparkly.
kinda, yeah.
Hi, I am Pooja, no pronouns, and I am playing Ezthe Perah, your friendly neighborhood thimbo, martial sorcerer, which is a subclass that I am playtesting during this. So it is a lot of fun. It was very fun to be the most Ezthe that Ezthe could be
Oh, that
in
was...
Underdark for the last
Yeah.
couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie.
And also, I wanted to thank you again, Pooja, for making that. Like, I thought you were going to say it was a few years ago. The fact that it was 32 years ago actually really helps something that I've been working on in the background. I'm like, how do I put this together? Oh, I have 30 years to do it. Okay. Great. It's done.
They were just a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, not a literal baby, but like a
Yeah, 1920, something like that.
Fledgling adventure.
yes, just
I just love
even
that.
less in control of anything that they do.
Yeah, I love that Ezthe is 50-ish and is still just spark plug. Just, you'd never know it.
Unless you knew them back in the day.
Yeah.
Can I lick my arm now? You said it was okay now.
You can try. So we pick up in the museum. We have just finished a combat with the Githyanki. You have one Githyanki follower who can be added to your bastion. If anybody would like to manage bastion rules, I looked it up even more, Pooja. They're not onerous at all. There's no gathering, 15 metal buckles and 3 leather strips, and I promise it's pick a room that does what,
Okay.
right? And then you all get to, contribute to that. So it's not bad.
Okay.
The space below where your rooms are so far is what your bastion will be. The museum is not your bastion. The science lab is not your bastion. The display, right, the domed area is not your bastion. Okay? So we can do a lot with the downstairs space, but the rest of that is like, hopefully, an operating, observarium. Oh, that's what he called it.
Yeah.
Hayden Bluestone.
Yeah.
It's an observarium. I'm really proud of myself right now, if you were wondering.
Words that sound correct and smart but aren't.
Yeah,
Very
they're like
much Jaden's
aggressively
vibe.
wrong. Yeah. Yeah. I've said it before. I have a degree in English literature, which is literally a license to make up words.
That'd be studying Shakespeare as a license to make up words.
That was my primary focus, was
Oh,
British literature.
you have every right. Never mind. Never mind. You have every right.
I survived that.
It doesn't show.
Mm.
It usually shows.
I'm mostly sane. I just have normal mental health illness. Okay, so the the fight was ended. We had a conversation with the mushroom mines, the myconids upstairs, who had been promised heads by was it Barnabas Fizzlecrank. I just realized now that Barnabas, I got that from BG3 with one of the Knolls who's named Barnabas, who's my favorite Knoll. He's so cute. Anyway, Barnabas Fizzlecrank turned out to be a little bit evil.
So much evil. There was so much evil. It's
Turn-
such a small package.
Someone inside out.
Not cool.
Yep. With a spell that Hayden Bluestone helped develop.
Not for that purpose.
Yeah, actually, it would have had to be substantially modified because it would not have worked on a living creature,
Mm-hmm.
right? It would have worked on a corpse,
Yeah.
Like animate dead doesn't work on a living person,
Right.
right? Like that's, Yeah, so he would have had to intentionally, substantially change that spell that you and he had developed.
Yeah.
So, and it seems like things were going well for several hundred years, or at least his evil was not at the forefront, right? And then something went wrong in the last couple weeks.
He resisted the dark urge.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, we know that he had been tadpoled, but it was not, it hadn't really taken over him. It just sort of like let him be his true self without any inhibition or sense of right and wrong.
Whoops.
Yep. So that was a problem. But now he has made a deal with the Myconists to deliver them several heads for a project they're working on. They've not said any more about it. You don't have any details on it. You know that their primary area is set up in the southeast of the Observarium. Fucking love that. That's it. That's everything we know. We couldn't have seen you.
They
you
did
all
mention they had a connection to
Illithid
Illithid
partners.
partners. Yeah.
Yes. And you know they use the word as like business partner,
Yeah.
not as even like friends or mates, right? Anything like that. It was very much like we have an arrangement and we need to honor that because they're helping us and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where we are.
And we've short rested, right?
We have taken a short rest.
Okay.
Yep. If you need to apply anything from that, I think we did it before we left.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, because we didn't want to forget.
Well, then I'll assume I did it.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure that we did. Yeah, chat knows. I get to say whatever I want with my English degree. Thank you. Thank you for the backup. Okay. What would you like to do? You have a painting on a big, heavy frame on a Tensor's floating disc. It survived the battle. It's also not a concentration spell, so whatever. And there was a moment of you all talking about whether we bring these brains up there, and your Giff survivor, who was named
Kasak.
Kasak.
Kasak, sorry.
Yeah. Was like, you all eat brains? Illithid eat brains. But there was some measure of, like, we convinced him, and he started chopping off heads. So,
I think last time we had said, I think Jaden had said, like, let's just go there, and if it's cool, then cool, we help, and if not,
If
then
they're not cool, no brains for them.
And
not
they
even
could
theirs.
have, like, because at Point Brad, they were, like, making the farm. If the Myconists here are also making the farm, that circle could help.
and it
That's
is
true.
possible that they didn't know what Fizzlecrank, how he was acquiring these.
And also, they need to be disabused of the notion that the Illithids are friends. Like, that all Illithids are friends.
Yeah.
Some Illithids can be friends. Point
Yeah.
Brad. Some Illithids can't be friends. The ones who are trying to murder everybody.
Yep. Yeah, the Grand Design, Illithids, all of them. Yep. For sure.
Gralen really wants to Gralen right now and put logic into it, but also
It's logical! I was logical!
you were just kind of right about the snake Bahir.
The Bahir.
Yeah.
Bahir. So I'm gonna let it. Like,
Aw.
maybe there's something to this.
Friend.
I'm sorry about that.
Baby.
R.I.P. Bahir.
I wasn't guaranteed to die, but that's the way the numbers went. So it's probably for the best.
Says no one ever.
Well, okay. So what do you do?
Stash the painting somewhere safe.
Okay.
Definitely.
Where's that?
That's a great question. What would Jaden think of as the most secure place in...
You have that hole under your bed.
Yeah, I mean, you can transport it downstairs.
Yeah.
And then come back up. As I was only saying before, if you take a long rest,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to advance the story.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, I think we stash it in the living quarters area.
Okay. Like in your rooms.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Nobody knows particularly which painting, to our knowledge,
Well, you've killed all of the witnesses.
or banished.
Yes. That's
So-
true. I didn't forget.
So, but I'm saying, and they, if from how you played it out, they only knew because they saw us.
Yeah, and they're like, aha, that's the clue
the
we've
one,
been
right?
waiting for. Yeah.
So, like, to anybody else, this would just be a painting.
Yeah.
You should hang it up in your room. Because your room is already extravagant anyway, so a giant ass
That's
painting
true.
would like be normal.
It's tied
Do
in
you
in
have that
plain
much wall
sight.
space?
I can make wall space.
That's true.
I find it easier to make a lack of wall space than wall space. Personally.
I mean, if you've got stuff up, you could take stuff down and stash that and have that be the pretend.
There's
Oh,
guaranteed to be
That's
some.
so swap them.
Also,
So there's not a missing painting in case anybody comes
Let's
looking.
bathe it.
if
Oh,
this
there
is
you
so the other thing is if you have a direct order of like decorate my room with this, add this to my room's decorations, the unseen servants will just come and get it and take it downstairs for you.
Perfect.
But they can't if you just said take this downstairs, no, we can't do that. Right? They're a little bit like I mean unseen servants aren't fully people, right? Except for the one that hates your guts.
Yeah. We don't
What
know
did
why.
you do to her?
That's a good question. I don't know.
But you know that like they just wouldn't show up if you're like please take this downstairs for me, like nothing's happening,
Yeah.
right? But if it's
Okay.
decorate my room with this, right? We're figuring out the control scheme of
Okay.
what makes the robots go.
Great. Then yes, please decorate my room with this particular painting.
Okay. Yeah. The Cal, the groundskeeper, shows up, and just who cast Tensor's disc? You feel control of the disc wrested away from you as he disappears with the disc and painting.
Okay. Weird at first, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just like somebody just took a glass out of your hand. Like I'll take that. Yeah.
That means we should probably adjust so that people aren't like, oh, there's a suspicious missing painting here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just kick it over.
There's a lot of wreckage in here.
Exactly.
There's fire and stomach acid and blood and guts.
And I'm just kicking over the thing so that they can't see what painting is missing.
Oh, the easel and the everything else. Yeah, just make a big mess. Yeah, okay.
A bigger mess,
Right.
as you so rightfully pointed out. I mean, amongst all this mess, they're gonna assume that whoever took the painting went away with it.
Yeah.
Or that the painting was destroyed.
Well, yes.
Right.
Yeah, I will say this is not an investigatable scene, right? There's very little that can be determined here except for, I think some Githyanki fought up here. That's the primary takeaway.
And there was fire.
Some
so-
headless Githyanki fought up here. Must be a necromancer at work.
And one of them shot a gamma ray through a wall.
Like you do.
Yep.
Sometimes.
So,
That's what you have.
yeah. When all you have is a gamma ray, everything looks nailed.
Only with consent.
Yeah. So we have a bag full of half a dozen heads, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We had the knight, we had the 4 guys and the Gish. Yeah. So, because then there was that one remaining fighter who was,
Right.
yeah. So you have 6 heads in a bag. Who's got that?
Not it.
I can carry him. I can just like boom.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, icky.
tromp them over my shoulder.
Weren't one of you the people who cut the heads off?
No, our new friend did.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, well, he started cutting them off. Did he have to cut all of them?
Sure.
Okay.
He was already doing it.
Then
Yeah.
he did.
He volunteered. It's like when we were at the circus before they kicked us out. If you volunteer for a task, that's your task now. Congratulations.
Oh,
Who better to handle Githyanki heads than, you know?
oh, the traumatized logic.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? So I'll take the sack of decapitated heads. I'll kind of hoist them over my shoulder. Yeah, you know, it's sort of like clunk, 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 clunk. ASMR, you know, of heads kind of clunking against one another in a bag. And that way, too, if anybody tries to get close and tries to just snag them, I'm ready to spring to action.
Now, so Kasak is officially a follower for right now, but is not like a henchman who would follow you into combat
Okay.
yet, right?
I mean, he can go down and get cleaned up and,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I mean,
If he's not gonna fight, he's no use here.
Yeah. And you could just tell the staff that, like, okay, he's new to the staff, so you know, do onboarding and fill out his W-2s and you know, watch the safety video. It's about a
Don't
minute
make him
and a half.
dead, though.
Yeah. Oh, don't make him dead. Hold on. All right. So, the butler, Kristen Kish, appears when you summon her to, or them, excuse me. And I would like to know how you're wording, because you were like, oh, I need the butler. Like, boop, then they appear.
How I word asking for the butler.
Well, no, the butler is here because you need to send Kasak downstairs
Oh.
and become
okay.
part of the crew.
Right.
So,
But
what is?
not part of the crew in the sense that...
Well, we need to hear this order first.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
We have a new recruit that needs to be shown around downstairs.
All right, I'd be happy to do that for you.
Doesn't sound very happy. He doesn't say that out loud.
Okay.
Be nice to him.
Of course I would.
He's...
I'm nice to everyone. Ezthe. So
know,
I
but-
think Ezthe is what they would say. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Ezthe? Yeah.
But I know that sometimes when you go into a new situation, you have a bunch of people who have worked together for a really long time, and then you have one new person joining. That sometimes, you know, it's completely natural to have feelings about it.
We'll make sure that he feels very welcome here and taken care of and paid attention to.
See? That's perfect. I knew that you would be perfect at it. Oh, is there enough, like, food and stuff? I don't know. It's been a long time since anyone lived here, right?
Well, we don't need to eat. The staff here don't need to eat.
I mean, but he does, because he's alive and should stay that way.
Like her like porcelain just hate face, right? Breaks for a second of like resetting, you know, like the map recalculating. Like, but if he's staff, why would he be?
Live staff.
And she kind of just like slumps down for a second. Like, and you know, she's only from the waist up, right? So her waist touches the floor. And you can see she's like semi-solid here, right? Her waist touches the floor and her hands hit the floor next to her. And she just stares at the floor for a second.
Remind me what our butler's name is again, because I don't.
I was trying to remember as well.
Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. It's feeling very Jaden there for a moment.
I think it might have been Kish.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I think it's started with a Z.
Seems like the sort of thing we'd write down.
It does seem like the sort of thing I would write down.
Um,
I'm sure it's in my notes.
Mixed
Ven.
Then.
Mixtress Ven.
Yeah.
I think seeing them kind of distraught like that, Jaden would kind of.
And to be clear, she's not sad.
Yeah.
right? Or even visibly confused, she's blank.
Do we just want to change it to she?
Oh, sorry. They.
So, Jaden moves forward and kind of like kneels down in front of them and is like, puts out a hand but doesn't touch them. And is like, Ven, are you all right?
Make a insight check for me. Hey, I said the right thing.
Yay!
It's been 17 sessions, and most of them I said intuition instead of insight when I needed you to roll insight. Have you not noticed this?
Not even one.
I-
No, never.
Frequently say intuition when I mean insight.
I noticed that.
Yeah. Which is pretty close to the intent of insight, the way they have it, but
Okay, that is 16.
okay. So there is there's a problem with their arcane code. Their spell work
Oh.
is a little bit broken. So that's an unseen servant, right? It's not a necromantic spirit who had once been alive or anything like that. But I sort of use Star Wars droid rules, right? Like if they're online for a long time, they start to become more and more like people. Like an unseen servant is literally unseen. It's invisible. It's just an invisible force that goes around doing your dishes or whatever. And these have become, they have given themselves personalities. This wasn't something you and Barnabas did,
Oh, okay.
right? They just have been here for hundreds of years and operating. And you're not able to solve the problem from here.
Okay. Do I have an idea of what I would need to do to solve the problem?
Yeah, the core for their spell is in the library.
Okay.
And there are 4 scrolls down there that articulate all 4 of the unseen servants, and they probably just need to be checked of like, so clearly this one has gotten so advanced, but it doesn't have the capacity to do whatever it is that's next, and we don't know why.
Okay.
And Kasaka's just like, I don't want to go with that.
Visibly then dropped and sort of like touching the floor and isn't moving anymore.
Right.
Oh.
Is like half a mannequin just sitting on the floor is what I mean. They're still kind of see-through, right? They're ghostly, but they just kind of like a wind-up toy that wound down. They just sort of floated down, and
Jaden, do you need me to heal or revive?
That's unfortunately not gonna work. I need to get to the library to help then.
Oh.
That's really the only way we can do it?
The only thing that will help is going to the library, I'm afraid, Ezthe.
I mean,
Well,
we
for
have
Ven.
other-
For Ven.
We have other things right now, though, right?
Yeah. How important is it that we take care of your friend here?
servant. Servants can wait. Who cares about servants?
So are they like corporeal in any way?
Semi.
Semi? Okay.
So
So
like if you touch them gently, you can
Mhm.
feel that they're there, but otherwise you would just go through.
So, like, if Ven were unattended and something came into the room, would they be able to be hurt?
No.
Okay. So there's no danger to them in staying here.
Unless they suddenly come back online and that has a consequence.
Self-reboot.
And I will say, separate from the Ven situation, if you asked one of the other ones to take Kasak downstairs as a guest, that would circumvent the current problem
Okay.
until you're ready to figure out how to have him join the staff and not be murdered. They're going to Tron him, right? Like,
Ugh. No, thank you.
Can we bring them with us? I mean, just in case. It feels wrong to just leave them like this.
It does feel wrong to just leave them like this.
Can we pick them up?
I bet a Tensor's floating disc would do it.
Gralen has no idea. So, like, Gralen is fully on, like, we put them on the disc. They'll just...
No, I'm just saying, like, as a like base Arcana guess, it's like not a like Tensor's floating disc is pure energy. That being is basically energy. You know.
You want me to summon it?
Anyone have a mage hand?
I also have that.
They don't weigh more than 5 pounds.
That's true. Actually, how long does Mage Hand last?
I mean, it's a cantrip, so
Yeah, you can just keep.
I gotta
casting
keep
it.
recasting it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Then, yeah, if you want to, Mage Hand would do the job. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you try it. You could sort of gently move them along, and yeah, they'll
Well,
just
they
sort
weigh
of.
less than 10 pounds. I could pick them up, right?
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I cast Mage Hand, and I
by
look
the scruff of the spectral neck like a cat.
at Brutus with the bag of heads, and so I mimic it in a very similar way.
No.
I like it kind of like draped across your shoulder, except like it's just a waist.
Yeah, it's waist up, so even though I'm short,
Well-
I'm not dragging anybody. Like if they were a full size,
Can I pitch something?
yeah, sure.
We C3PO them onto your back, and the Mage Hand is holding them onto your back.
There you go.
And lasts until it's more than 30 feet away from you, or until you cast it again.
Oh, really? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
I didn't realize you could just keep it indefinitely.
Just maintain it.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Cool. There we go.
And it's not concentration.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So if I portal us with my little gesture, teleport us back downstairs, Ven will come with us.
Because Gralen is carrying them.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. We can take Kasak downstairs and have the rest of the staff get him a room, and then make a quick jaunt to the library before we go to see the Myconids.
If anybody would like to roll Arcana, go ahead. You don't have to be trained in it.
Their speed and intelligence check.
Yeah. And you.
I don't know if that necessarily makes sense for Brutus.
Okay, that's fine.
The failure is real.
and,
14.
and you can make it with advantage.
Oh.
Actually, I think 14. Yeah, 14 is a success anyway.
Okay.
But hey, you might crit, or I don't know. Can you crit?
Dirty 20.
Oh, really? Okay.
Ooh.
What was on the dice?
12.
Oh, that's right. You have a big bonus.
17.
Okay. So yeah, both of you hit the DC. And you know, as you're sort of thinking through this, like, there's no reason not to go downstairs already, right? So we're there. We have, we're able to like sort of put Ven in one of the seats there. The other unseen servants go about getting Kasak a room.
Wait, one of the seats, right?
Yeah.
Not the couch.
Well, it doesn't make a difference.
No, but I would warn them about putting Kasak on the couch. Don't put him on the couch.
Oh, we're putting Ven on a seat.
Yeah, I'm saying let's
Yeah.
put Vin on the seat, not on the couch specifically.
Oh, you think it's just the couch that you were in trouble
Gralen
for?
doesn't know.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, Kasak is shown into a room.
Okay.
And the what was your? Oh, it's Cal who's helping at this point. Cal shows Kasak into the room. The door closes. He turns. He says, "You want me to keep him in there?"
I love it. I love him.
If it seems necessary.
What kind of guest are we talking about here?
Friendly guest.
Mm-hmm.
Friendly guest.
Okay.
Oh, but also might be kind of brainwashed.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye on him, please. But just keep an eye on him.
No violence.
He's allowed out.
Yes.
Out of his room.
Yes, not out of this area.
All right. Good luck getting out of this area. All right. So that's settled. Then is settled. And the two of you are thinking like, okay, we could just pop over to the library real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that you're going to have to open up these scrolls And like for this long term, like this must be a modified unseen servant spell, right? And the fact that it was invested into a document means it's probably pretty complicated, and it needed an anchor to remain real and not have to be concentrated or maintained or any sort of external power source, right? It's just a maintained spell. It's probably a pretty significant scroll and could take an hour or more once you find the right one to read through and find the problem. It would be a skill challenge to see how long it takes.
I don't know if we're gonna have time.
I think we have time
Now,
for that.
I didn't really want to go over to deliver the hits in the first place, so I'm okay with going to the library, but I don't think you're gonna be able to do both.
Ezthe, what do you think? Can they just go to the library real quick?
Going to the library is never quick. Every time, we'll just pop over to the library. And then nothing else ever gets done.
And then there's a fire, and then everyone says it's my fault because I started it.
I didn't mean to. I just, just sit here and be quiet with this book for 45 hours.
10 minutes.
It's hard. It's hard.
It was 4 to 5 minutes.
These heads are probably gonna start getting pretty ripe soon, too.
And they said it was urgent, which admittedly does mean something different to circles than it does to other people. But they might be having a festival. In which case, we should get it over there pretty quickly.
And at this moment, as soon as you say festival, the whole cycle of your memory completes. And you remember all of the stuff that we did over the last 2 weeks. And you now have the ability to scrub through. That's the word I was trying to think of before. Like on a tape, you can scrub through to the part, or YouTube, whatever, young people. To different, almost any part of your memory. Wow. Including technically some stuff that hasn't happened yet. If anyone's watched Arrival, yes, it's just like that. Calm down.
Oh. You okay?
Yeah, great.
I know.
The Underdark is phenomenal. We should definitely go see the Myconids. They're so friendly.
Oops.
I think I have to agree with Ezthe. That is the more pressing issue. Let me, hey, Cal?
Yep.
If Ben comes back online, they seem to be down for the moment. Would you tell them, let's see, how would he phrase this? That we'll be back soon.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Do I have to?
Why would you not?
Well, Van took it the hardest of all of us when you said you were coming back before.
When was that?
You went out for cigarettes.
Oh no!
You went to get milk.
I think he looks kind of stunned for a minute and like, oh. I did what?
Well, when you left, you said you were going to be back in a little bit. And I understand shit happens, and I was sad that you were gone, but, shit happens.
Yeah. Shit. Can I make a roll to try and remember why I left?
Do you, the player, remember?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
What,
Let's do Intelligence bonus plus wisdom bonus plus your proficiency bonus.
Intelligence bonus plus wisdom bonus. Well, intelligence is 0. Plus
Nice.
4.
Easy math.
Plus what?
Proficiency.
Proficiency. Plus 3. Plus 7.
Okay.
Okay.
And I just need a 12.
All right.
Oh.
7 plus 8 is 15.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you have that clear memory of needing to confront Barnabas about some of the notes you had found and some of the shenanigans he was getting up to, and you know that he had been ostracized from the Fizzle Cranks and you know all the stuff that he had kept from you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there was a moment where you were like, I think like you came out of your room and then was like, oh, good morning, what can I get for you? Blah, blah, blah. You know, and you're like, it's okay, I'll be back in a little bit, right? Because you were just in a hurry,
Right.
right? And then you went to confront him, and then that went poorly, and you had to flee. Right? Isn't that what we said?
Yes, yeah.
So, yeah, that memory floods back. And there is just that moment of like, that never even occurred to you as a moment of
Mhm.
like, not right now, I'll be right back.
Hmm.
And yeah.
I don't think you guys have ever seen Jaden look crushed before, but he does. No, you don't have to tell her or tell them. I'm gonna write a letter real quick.
Thank you.
And he disappears to his room.
Okay. What are we doing in the meantime?
Well, I'm gonna put the heads down.
Sure.
That clunking of heads
Yeah.
again is like,
Yeah.
you know.
That's so.
It's a bag full of wet bowling balls.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're only 8-pound bowling balls, but you know, whatever.
Hmm.
I guess they would just be making a snack. I think making a snack. Obtaining a snack.
Hmm.
And maybe like walking in front of Kasak's door
Mm-hmm.
7 or 8 times. You know, a normal amount of times.
Sure. What does Ezthe do when he pokes his head out?
How's it going? You okay? Everything good?
Yes. I need you to roll persuasion for me.
Okay.
1, he's terrified of you. You
I'm
blasted a hole in the wall right next to him.
fine. What are you talking about?
But he really wants to ask you something.
17.
Okay, that's good. You have. I mean, would you like to present yourself in a friendly way?
Yeah, always.
Okay, you want to be approachable. You want him to see you as approachable.
Yes.
Okay. So he's clearly nervous, right? He says, I don't understand how part of this works.
Part of what?
Your bathing apparatus.
Okay. First, you have to take off your clothes.
Not that. How to bring water in.
Ask.
Okay. And he sort of goes back into his room. Doesn't come out for a while.
Don't drown.
Maybe you should go check on him.
It seems like a good idea, but also, like, he didn't invite me in.
Yeah. As they had a moment of barging into somebody's room while they were taking a bath.
A moment.
It was enough times that Ezthe has learned the lesson,
Yes.
so we know it was more than once.
Yes.
It
What does it
wasn't
say?
just
It
that
was like-
one person who didn't want you to barge in on their bath time.
Which Okay, if you don't want that, I won't do that to you.
Mhm.
You know, fourth or fifth time it happens, like somebody says, no, no one wants that unless invited. Oh, that's all you had to say in the first place.
Okay. So anyway, he disappears back into his room. And you've written a note.
Yes. So Jaden comes out after several minutes and he hands a note. Like kind of scroll wrapped up with ribbon. And one of his jangly bracelets tied into it. And he hands that to Cal to give to Ben if they wake up before we get back.
Of course, I'm happy to do that.
Thank you.
Those souls that I was shepherding over,
Mhm.
you know, helping cross over,
Yeah.
those were the Rise folks, right? That had been
Yeah.
kind of,
Well, it was a mix of folks.
A mix of
Yeah,
folks?
yeah. Some of
Okay.
them were from Rise.
yeah.
Some of them were Githzerai exploration group.
Oh, sure. In the intervening minutes, while Jaden is writing that letter, I'm actually going to turn to Gralen, because I don't think we've had a moment to kind of talk about that experience. You know, I was gone for, 30-something hours or something like that? I can remember, just ushering souls over, and I said, Gralen, in my company, my friends and colleagues would just go. And we knew that whatever mission we took or assignment we took had a chance of us not coming back. But as I was helping these souls move on, I was hearing a lot of stories of them not realizing that they weren't going to come back. Kind of like what we saw Jaden have to deal with? I don't know if that's the right word. Have you seen a lot of that?
Yeah, it comes with the job. People like you and I, we know where we walk, and we know the journey, for lack of a better word. But not everyone is as aware, and unfortunately, that can lead to some people not really understanding and needing some guidance to get where they're supposed to go. That's one of the things that actually is the joy of my job, and why I enjoy working with Kellamvor, is that it's people see it and think death, and it's all about the moment of dying, but it's really about what happens after the grave, and making sure everyone goes where they're supposed to go, and that everyone is sort of resolved. And so, yeah, we're helping people resolve things who, still had questions and unknowns and worries, and I think if I could try to put a word to what you saw on Jaden's face just now, it was devastation. And I think that's when we come to terms with truths that we weren't prepared for. It's a feeling that we can get. So, yeah, I've seen a lot of it.
When I was with the Shadar, they guided me through some of these with their teachings, but I don't know if I was really prepared to see that much of it. Does it get any easier?
Short answer, yes. The long answer, it's a lot harder to deal with the truth behind the loss than it is to deal with the loss. So, as hard as it is for most people to deal with death in the moment, the after, the question is harder.
Yeah, it is. everybody had families and people that they didn't get to say goodbye to. You know what? And when I do that, if we have a few more moments, I'll actually kind of sit crisscross applesauce. I'll hoist the bag in front of me, and I'm just gonna start kind of like looking at the heads and kind of like just studying them, and kind of like figuring out, or maybe kind of like contemplating what was behind these people.
Sure.
You know.
I'm going to give you some version of an answer. I want you to roll religion.
Oh.
What's your normal bonus in
Oh,
that?
hold on. Let's see. Give me 1 second here.
I don't think you have a big intelligence
No,
bonus.
not particularly. Religion is +2.
Okay, let's add your wisdom bonus to it.
Okay, all right. Let's see. So it's +4 altogether.
Okay.
That's 14.
Okay, that is enough. Right away, you can see that none of the people who died here were conflicted in any way about their mission. And they died as true believers and maybe a little surprised when they wind up not in Vlaakith's bosom. But the lack of doubt is like they were prepared to die.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They were all prepared to die. They were misguided and brainwashed, but they were prepared to die, and so there are no lingering spirits. There's nothing left to do here.
That hits me hard though.
Yeah.
Because I start thinking about all of my fellow Giff that went out and kind of just did what the company wanted them to do. Did what the contingent wanted them to do, and did they kind of end up like these folks? So, I think I'm kind of realizing that there's maybe some bigger purpose to why Kelemvor like brought me on board here.
Hey, I'm Gralen is watching him do this and doesn't know what you're thinking. So that's a hunch of like the emotion that you're going through. Hey, Brutus, don't get too bogged down in it. If anything, I can't tell you how to go through the journey, but what has worked for me is finding a reason to keep going every day. And for me, that's you guys. So it's not my time because I need to make sure that you guys are all okay. And that's enough to wake up every day. So don't get bogged down in it. Keep going.
I hear you. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I got a big beefy arm. Like just comes over and like kind of draws you close as I'm like inspecting heads.
Yeah.
As you're sort of, the conversation's kind of winding down, two of you realize, not like in a spy way, because she would be terrible at it, but Zurog is standing nearby and has a little journal out, and you realize, like, she's been listening to what you say, Gralen, and is, like, writing it down in her journal.
Okay.
And if this was like a spy report to the boss, she wouldn't be doing that in front of everybody.
Right.
But Zurog thinks what you have to say is important and is writing it down. So.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah. And she leans in, she says, just my 2 cents. I remember it's not our fault they died, but they need help afterwards. Some of them do. So we help. Anyway, he said it better. Okay. So, the note is delivered. This conversation is had. Is Zurog supposed to go upstairs with you all or stay here and keep an eye on things?
I think Jaden would ask her what she wants to do.
I think the overall mission that the four of you are on is a little outside of her remit. Like, she wants to keep these two safe in particular, and wants to keep you.
Yeah.
But there's also an element of, I think a lot of Kellenvor folks are also plugged into fate, right? Like, we're not supposed to cause unnecessary death or interfere with necessary death,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's a little bit of like, I'm supposed to stand back and not be the cause of anything. Whereas these two have been sent to do it, like they have a fate, right?
Right.
Zorog's fate is like, make sure they don't die, right? And it's the sort of thing like, she could get upstairs real quick if Mike had messaged her.
Yeah.
And then she knows how to, I mean, I assume you taught everyone how to like,
How to get around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
yeah, so the hand signal is just a somatic component to move yourself through the floors. Yeah, I think she's kind of in a place like, okay, I'm glad I was able to help out with, and just sort of like gestures at the bag of heads without really taking it all in. But this guy might actually need a person.
That might be a good idea.
He's had a bad day.
If he doesn't come out soon, just knock and make sure he didn't drown in the bathtub.
He's in the bath. Okay. Sure.
He seemed to be having some trouble with the water.
Maybe sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I'll check on him in a bit. Yeah.
Some people like a long bath.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So, there's a note next to Ven, or what? No, Cal has a note for Ven.
Or Ben. Mm-hmm.
The four of you are free to travel upstairs with your package.
So, heads get plopped on the shoulder, and you're. Oh no, we're leaving. We're leaving.
Left
yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
At
Yeah,
this point, yeah. So
Was Mitch the other servant, the one who doesn't talk,
That sounds familiar.
or he talks very little? I think.
Mm-hmm. I would have to look back
Okay.
to find it.
He appears and is cleaning the blood squelch from the bag, which has gotten a little soaked. And the four of you head upstairs.
Yep.
Remind me what part of the observarium the Myconids are.
They're in the southeast quadrant.
southeast quadrant.
You were in the northernmost part. Not even a whole quadrant was explored.
Mm-hmm.
Because you happen to remember that there. I'm surprised that you had a really good roll in that moment.
It did, yeah.
Looking back to find this name, I did want to make sure that we remembered that you wanted to talk to Mistra about Seneca.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. We're
Okay.
good for right now. Yeah, but thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's a good note though. Thank you. So the sort of not official but teleport receivers, right? Like the safe spots are right in that like north, south, east, west, both all four of those, and then there is theoretically one right in the middle. But the ones northeast, southwest will have that little bit of hallway entrance, and are probably the safest ways to go up.
For my own visual image, this is sort of like a slice, right? A cone shaped kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a ice cream cone.
Right,
sort of.
and this is the slice underneath the slice that actually.
So
we're down one.
The top of the dome,
Uh-huh.
right? One slice down is the lab,
Okay, there we
Right?
go. That's what I needed.
and then the next slice down is the home area.
Perfect.
All right. So
Okay.
each one gets a little bit smaller, but yeah. The top of it is, this great big dome, made of clearite.
For dry eyes.
Yeah. And it's not what it's called, but Jaden can't remember what it was called. It just remembers
its name now.
He remembers the joke. The visitors, when this was just sort of a normal observarium, could go to any of those 5 teleport spots and probably pick up one of those scroll guides, or actually have a guided tour, or something like that. The Observarium, with just looking at the basic notes and things that you've had access to over some amount of time here, the goal was to represent every, or as close to possible, every species of mushroom from the Underdark, a number of species of wildlife, like ixits that stay in the water when you put them in the water. They don't go out of the water, so they're safe to have. But the Observarium was not meant to have like every wild creature. It wasn't meant to be Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So the fact that Umber Hulk was up there was pretty weird.
Yeah.
Right? And the flying ixits who belong in the water, right? That's not right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. But when you were there in the north end, right, you could see little bits of ceiling, and you could see a little ways, like maybe 100 feet. No, not even that far. You could see like 50 or 60 feet in any direction. And then it was just vegetation, lichen and mushroom and some other, vines and weird shit. But yeah, it's just completely overgrown. Again, those were giant mushroom stalks that had sort of pressed up against the inside of the dome. There's like actual like astronomical observation equipment somewhere in here, because you saw it on the sign, right? But you haven't remembered it yet,
Right.
and you're not sure. Like it's supposed to be in the middle somewhere, based on the sign.
So did you invite the sovereign to start a circle here?
I don't remember.
Hmm.
It's not impossible. We'll have to ask.
Well, either way, we need to be over there.
Yeah, they must have been in a real bad place to want to come live in a museum.
It's a nice museum. Or it was a nice museum. Observarium.
Like, I'm sure it was very nice, but like...
It wasn't a fully functioning ecosystem. That part is true.
And like, from what I've remembered, they're not exactly, like, they don't... Like, there was definitely a museum part, and there would be a bunch of people that they don't know, and they don't really do the whole, like, upper world thing, assuming they believe in it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Myconans living here must believe. Like they must
They
have an
must,
understanding of
because
the overworld.
Because they're here.
Yeah.
Hence me crawling back from...
Well, say, are you hesitant now?
No, I'm not hesitant. There was just a lot of new information in a very short amount of time, but I guess it wasn't actually new information, it was just old information. Is this how it always feels when you remember stuff?
It's bad. Sometimes it feels real bad.
I mean, this felt quite nice, actually, for the most part.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember why they're here. I guess we can ask them when we get there. Hopefully they're not mad at me too.
Probably not. I mean, we're bringing them the thing that they asked for.
That's true.
That goes a long way.
Yeah, people do like gifts.
Hey, Brutus. Are they both doing the memory thing now?
I have no idea where this is all coming from. But if they're saying we're going to be bringing these heads, I guess we're bringing the heads. Are we at all worried about this?
No, they're dead.
Okay. All right. If things go sideways, I'm ready to be here with you.
I'll be honest, like, even without the... I mean, the thing that's worrying is actually just the fact that they called the Illithids friends. Because circles like Myconid Circle... Well, the Myconid Circle that I knew would have used the whole body rather than just the heads. Because they They have to reproduce somehow.
Their connection to Barnabas also concerns me. And also we have to go up, which was a bit of a mess when we were up there before. So I think we should be prepared for a fight of some kind.
Is there any way to traverse this floor as far as we can go that? Oh, well, doesn't matter. The teleport's going to take us to the same spot, huh?
Well, the teleporter will take us to
One of 5 spots.
one of
your
5
choice.
spots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if they're in the southeast quadrant, we can either choose south or east.
Gotcha.
And it has a safety on it of like, if there's another person on the teleporter, it's not going to send you there. If there's a solid chunk of mass, it's not going to send you there,
Yeah.
right? So,
Well,
like, it's pretty likely, based on what you could see from the northern entrance,
Mm-hmm.
the middle is probably covered. The middle teleport entrance is probably covered in stock.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. You know what? I'm gonna. What does my horoscope look like for today?
I like it.
See if that tells us anything about.
Listeners, if you're wondering, Sam has made a procedural homemade horoscope chart based on Forgotten Realms constellations, and it's great.
Oh, speaking
roll
of,
some
now that
dice
I've
about it.
remembered all the things.
Yeah.
And we're in the living quarters, and I look at Jaden's room,
Mm-hmm.
and the sign that proudly displays the constellation name that I've forgotten.
Yeah. Jaden, what is the constellation over your room?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
I know
I
we
can't
picked
remember
one.
Yeah.
I think
I was looking
it
and
was...
I found all the names for ours and not Jaden's because I'm.
Well, and we hadn't
Great.
given Jaden's a constellation name at first, but then I decided I wanted it to have one.
I think it was Crown of the North.
Okay.
I'd have to look it up.
Let me see if I can find it later on. If it helps to know that we didn't do it right away, because then maybe it's later.
Yeah, it was at first it was like, okay, there's 12 with constellation names and Jaden's room. And then I
Yeah.
changed my mind on that and was like, I want it to be one of those. It's a 12-sided room is the lounge, and then each wall is an entrance to a room that will be usable as your bastion.
I've been gone too long. I'm being shunned.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got the big dog.
Wait, one, two.
No. Don't have it.
Okay, that's fine. Let's say Crown of the North Wind.
Okay.
All right.
Well, apparently Corellian is in transit with the planet Glyph, so we need to seek out bright lights.
Is that south or east?
Well,
When you were at the north entrance, the area to the east seemed the most open. Like, you could hike in that direction for some amount of distance. You're not sure what was over there. The direction to the west seemed more overgrown from where you were. That is not a clear view all the way to where the west entrance was. Anything could happen.
yeah,
Well, natural environments should have some bright lights, right?
that's true. So I suppose we can't go wrong. Anybody object to going to the east teleportation pad?
Any is as good as any, I suppose, but I'm not gonna agree that there's about the whole going wrong part. We've been here all this time, and I don't think we found anything really great so far.
Wow, Brutus.
Oh,
Dang.
Love it.
wait, does Brutus not know about the map?
I mean, to be
No.
fair, the map immediately brought the Giff Yankee.
That's true.
Yeah, I came in the middle of the scene,
Yeah.
you know, following a Behir into a scene of
So
combat.
he didn't see us shine the light through it.
No,
I feel like we would have.
Yeah, I think we,
mentioned it.
yeah,
That
we
feels
must
like-
have filled Brutus in.
Yeah, because I've
Okay.
been watching everybody, like, you know, I've been there as we've been talking about where to stash this portrait. So I mean, I know it. We
And
found sort
also-
of that thing, but like
Yeah.
But like,
anything that's moved,
Oh, everything
not
that's
so
moved
great.
has been not very nice. Yeah.
yeah, it's been. I don't want to. The rooms are very nice.
Thank you. Well,
To
to
the east, then?
the east.
All right, Captain, following you.
All right. Let's go east,
Captain Professor.
Captain Professor.
says Cal
Forgive me.
over your shoulder, way too close.
Oh,
Captain Professor.
CP.
Yeah.
CPJ.
Mhm.
Is it CH? No. CJH. No. CJPH.
Captain Jaden, Professor.
Hayden.
Captain Professor is
Because Captain is new, Professor is old.
yeah.
So Captain Jaden, Professor Hayden.
Oh God. Okay.
I
That's
picked
gonna get
up
real
what you're
confusing.
putting
Thank you.
down.
Thank you. Yeah. I've missed you so much.
All right. So you arrive in the eastern portal,
Mhm.
right? Which is very similar to the northern one. You have this hallway that is just outside the dome, right? And you have this clearite covering, right? It's like you're in a walkway and there's these straight up the sides and then this sort of curved top tunnel that goes to the stairs that lead down to the lab, right? And then the other direction, west into the dome. You can see the sides of the dome go up, but also from here, there's no mushroom in here, right? So you can look up through the clearite and see the bright stars, right? It is just glittering night in realm space. That's
Bright lights. Nailed it.
yeah. It's
Every time.
you know, you all have been in realm space before, but it has been some amount of time that you've been here and haven't seen the sky. And it's just worth noting that it is brighter and sparklier and more impressive than anything you can see on Toro or, you know, from Lovey's or anything where there's all the light, you know, just here in an abandoned observarium. It's not abandoned. There's people here.
Not anymore.
There were people here the whole time if you have a circle.
That's true.
It might have been better if it were abandoned,
Mm,
at least for us.
mhm.
Oh, hopefully they can't get infected.
It is, the general thought is that myconids cannot be infected by illithid, which is kind of why they have cooperated in the past, where like in other stories, right? That's sort of the thinking. It's like, also their mind control doesn't work on them the same way. Like they could stun them, but they can't really like more, you know, take them over because their minds.
Oh,
they're-
is it like the hive mind
Yeah.
thing?
Well,
Oh,
also they don't have brains.
right.
Right, and illithid, everything about illithid lore is they're very brain focused, right? So yeah.
I think when we come out into the area where you can see the stars, Jaden kind of like straightens up a little bit. It's like, oh, okay. Like looks a little bit more composed. Like, all right, we can do this.
Did you do your wheel and woe roll today?
We haven't had a long rest.
Make your wheel and woe roll.
Okay.
Unless you want to keep what you have.
What do I have?
Or
I
if
think
you-
I have woe at the moment. Because
I
was
also
saying
could do my
woe to
orb.
things.
Oh no, that's just it's just good or bad.
That's augury.
yeah,
Yeah.
augury is a different thing.
yeah.
Do you?
We're
If
gonna
you would
go-
like to re-roll it, you have the ability to.
Let's see what the dice say. Whoa. Good in the thing. Odd. That is still woe.
Okay. Great. Let's see.
Whoa. Whoa.
Notes here.
Look at the stars and say,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
Brad.
here's the one I was looking for. I was like, what are these little guys? Look at me, the one I was looking for. What?
Rude.
mm,
What were we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We were going to head over towards where we think the myconids are from here.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the door slides open, and you can see there was nothing to block the door. It just
Okay.
it just slid open much more easily than the northern door did. This is where I thought y'all were gonna go. Look at the path that goes southeast, everybody. What if we dig north?
Didn't we like roll really good checks
Yeah.
to see far away? Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like a detect magic that said there was some magic items over there that, you know, fine, whatever. I'm not bitter about it. And I don't have the means to get even. So, what does this group look like? Not necessarily marching order. You don't have to be going in a line. But what does this look like as the four of you, you know, come out of this short tunnel, right? But reemerge into just the humid, dankest, you know, like just that pungent mushroom smell, right? Of and what mushrooms grow in, not shit, but rot. You know, that to some degree, this is like, it smells like compost.
Yes.
Okay. But without all the flies and whatever else, it is just rich compost. Loamy. But also a little bit of that vile green rot, you know, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, as you emerge, you can see, actually from here, you could see quite a ways, and then it gets a little shrubby. You can't really see the ground, but you can see there is one uber stock in the middle, right? And you definitely could not have come up there. And it is pushed up against the inside of the dome. It is merged with several other stocks to push up against the inside of the dome. And so most of the dome in here, you can't see the stars through, right? It's just covered with the mushroom caps of these just enormous megaflora mushrooms. So the rest of it has, you know, there's so many glowing things here that if you don't have dark vision, it's dim light for a long ways, right? Basically as far as you could see at sunrise, sunset, that sort of thing. If you have dark vision, it's just like normal lighting, right? There's so much, not iridescent, what's the word I want? Phosphorescence here that it might as well be lit up. So Underdark is a misnomer, but it's glowing purple and green and blue and, you know, all these different things. So it's much more colorful.
I think given the number of things that tried to eat us up here before, we'd kind of come out of the door cautiously.
Yeah. Okay.
I would imagine we would probably be in our typical battle formation order, except
Like inching out the door like this.
no. I just mean the order in that, like, typically it's Ezthe, Brutus up front, me in the middle, and then Jaden in the back. But like, I would imagine Ezthe is incredibly excited, so I don't know if like Ezthe would be
so excited.
far up front. I know Gralen's grossed out; it's not his vibe, so he like definitely wants. Like, I don't know if how our feelings are right now would influence the order more than.
I think feelings here are gonna be important.
Yeah, so
Okay.
then I'm definitely
I'm
kind of
very excited.
recoiling.
What I would like to have you roll versus skipping ahead.
Okay.
Like literally skipping. Would Ezthe skip?
I think Ezthe's outgrown literal skipping,
Okay.
but like, you know that like walk run thing you do?
Yep.
When you are definitely not running
Yep.
because you have outgrown just sprinting
And
off into the distance.
You've been indoors for
a long time.
like several days at this point.
a lot.
You were in the lab, and then you were in the living space, and then you were in the museum, and, you know, getting that moment to see the stars was just as good for you, right? But now there's this, you know, I can show you the mold.
Oh,
But it's like, and also I just remembered all the fun times I had because like I was like, oh
fun.
yeah, I went down here and like it
Don't
was
do it.
whatever, and I kind of like had some times with some people, but like now I remember that it was amazing.
Mhm.
Like being with the Myconids was the best. So we should definitely like go straight to the circle, and I want to get there as quickly as possible to recapture that feeling.
Okay, so I would like to ask you to make a wisdom saving throw, if you feel like that's fair.
Sure,
Okay, I'm gonna say DC 14.
it's fine. I crit succeeded.
Did you really?
I rolled an 18 on the dice.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put a little extra on it. You smell Bibberbang.
Oh no.
You can't see it, but you took a couple running steps and went, nobody move. I assume,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Like, oh shit. Oh,
So this is what we'd see, like 3 speedwalk steps, and then Ezthe screeches to a halt.
Oh, I definitely get battle ready.
That's
Yeah.
As they
And
stopped.
I stop like just a
nobody
few inches
nobody
behind
liked
you.
anything.
Yeah. Nobody
No
has
fire.
any lit fires now.
No
so
fire.
Is
I
Sacred Flame okay? Like
No, no
Radiant?
fire.
Oh,
No
actually, Radiant is okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
you know that Radiant is okay.
Okay.
If they're saying fire,
Right.
Radiant is not
Fire,
flammable,
right.
It's light. So,
no fire.
No fire.
I
Why again?
smell
What's happening?
Bibberbang.
Oh, that's not great.
What's
so
that?
you can decide if you've heard of Bibberbang, or we can roll.
Oh, no.
You want to roll nature?
I'll roll nature.
Jaden.
I was
I
going
don't
to ask
know
a friend, but
Bibberbang
sure, I'll
is.
roll.
He's
Okay.
been in the Underdark for extended
Sure.
periods of time, and also this is his observarium.
Yep. But
Oh.
if you had brought Bibberbang here, it would be in a safe container.
Like everything was when I put it here.
Well, no, lots of things could grow free and be a little dangerous.
Yeah.
But like Bibberbang could kill people,
Yes.
and it doesn't even smell good.
12.
15.
12, I'm gonna say no.
Yep.
Like maybe you've heard the word, right?
All good. Yeah.
But you're like, yeah, that's a thing that grows in the Underdark.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wasn't your whole thing collecting mushrooms though?
But not in the Underdark.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't know anything about
Underdark mushrooms are weird
They are very different.
Yeah.
and canon. And you got a 15,
15.
so that you should probably have heard of Bibberbang at
Yeah.
least as it is an explosive hazard to be
Right,
aware of in
right.
the Underdark. Something that your fellows had come back and been all scorched. And
Yeah.
like, oh my
yeah.
god, that sucked. So
I mean,
yeah,
I don't think I've personally experienced it at least. But
No,
okay,
probably
all
not.
right.
Look,
but all of you can smell this like greasy gasoline. Like
Okay.
it smells like gasoline and grass mixed together.
Like a lawnmower.
yes.
Yeah.
It's
Lawnmowers give like fresh cut grass. That's
This is old.
Yeah, this is like stale, like you accidentally got grass in your mouth and chewed it up a little bit, and
Yucky.
that flavor of green is what I think of it as.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like you added a shot of gasoline to a wheatgrass shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
all right,
that's
all right.
that's even better. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know why we're drinking gasoline. Don't do that, folks.
Don't do
It's
that.
Bad
don't
for
do
you.
that. Don't do
It's
that.
bad for you.
Look. It's incredibly volatile. But also, if there's Bibberbang here, did you grow noble stock?
Oh, for sure. You would have tried to get it to grow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why then.
Or do
They do grow near each other.
Oh.
Noble stock grows in the shadow of Bibberbang. If there's noble stock, there'll be Bibberbang, but if there's Bibberbang, there'll also be noble stock, which is great. Noble stock is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's probably better to say like if there isn't Bibberbang, there's not going to be noble stock, right? Bibberbang can exist without noble stock, but noble stock wants to live in the shadow of Bibberbang, as you said.
Can
But,
we
like-
focus on the dangerous one first? So,
Just move very, very carefully.
but as long as I don't do fire, I'm okay.
Well, did you have any of the slime? Did you have the... I have it. I have it here somewhere. Do you have any of the slime ball?
Oh.
It's a pretty
Probably.
harmless, as far as it's like largely unstudied. People don't know a lot about it. It's pretty, right?
Yeah.
That these like chunky stalks that have a sort of cap head and
Mm-hmm.
They're very cute. And also, very fun if you lick them. Sometimes.
that's news. Like
Huh.
I mean,
Or
it's
wild.
unpredictable,
Oh.
but very fun.
Fun how?
It depends on how much you like being a potted plant.
Typically 0.
Oh.
Wait, is that a phrase for getting high?
Is that a euphemism? Or?
I mean, it literally turned me into a potted plant.
Okay, I know you don't do libraries, but that's not what literally means.
Well, literally,
Actually,
But I don't know that.
yeah, I know.
but I was a potted plant.
Why would that help with the Bibberbang though?
Oh, so you can grease yourself up with it, and
Slime
it
ball.
helps
And it helps.
not set off the bibber bang, so you can get the
Oh.
stock. Don't tell Magical Michael I told you.
Esthe, did you lick something already?
No, but I would not be at first to see what would happen, but not around the bibber bang because it can make fire.
Okay, so there's a lot of information coming around right now.
It's
We don't lick the Bibberbang,
don't let
but
the
we
bibber
code ourselves with someone named Magical Michael to avoid the Bibberbang.
the slime. Look for the slimy mushroom, and then if you put the slime on yourself, it'll help with the bibber bang.
Magical Michael is a slimy mushroom that helps us avoid the Bibberbang. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's
I
close
think
enough.
I think I've got it.
That's close enough. What's important is that we need to look for a slimy mushroom and not set any fires.
What does Bibberbang look like, by the way?
Well, if you imagine like it's green and it's got a bulb and it looks like it's about to explode.
Doesn't look like a slimy mushroom.
No, the slimy mushroom is the slime ball.
Okay. I think I've got it.
And I kind of turned to Gralen first, and then I turned to Jaden
Now, is it fair to
for
say
approving looks.
for the three of you, it feels like Ezthe is continuing a conversation that you didn't realize had started? Like that you missed the first half of a conversation?
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't think that's unusual.
Right. Or at least you have experienced that feeling with lots of people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what?
Gralen checked out of the conversation a while ago
Yeah.
because this whole time Gralen's just going, "You weren't literally a potted plant." You were so high you felt like a potted plant, maybe, but like you weren't literally a potted plant.
Esthe is also used to not being believed. But this is the important part, is that slimy mushroom
Mhm.
can help. And the other important part is don't tell Magical Michael.
Who the hell is Magical Michael?
Oh, Magical Michael is a slimy mushroom that we need to look for. So, I don't want to. I really don't. I just got back and I don't want to go away again. I'm going to look for Magical Michael.
It literally hurts.
Point, Jaden is not going to argue with any of this. He's just going to give you like a more scientific description of what the slimy mushroom looks like.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
Oh. Eyes of water.
If you want to call the slimy mushroom Magical Michael, that's on you.
I
that's-
mean,
I think
Magical
that's
Michael might
Brutus,
have
yeah.
a problem with that,
It's
but
called
maybe not.
Wall. Okay, so
I wonder if he's here. He does get to weird places.
Ezthe, I need you to roll survival with advantage. What's your survival bonus, by the way?
+1.
Awesome. I'm glad you have advantage.
Me too.
What the fuck?
Not just me, right?
No, what the fuck?
what do we
I
got?
rolled rolled 2 10s,
Oh,
and the other die was an 8.
It was a crit either way.
Wow.
but it's a super crit.
It's
Yeah.
a super
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
The
A
mushrooms
three-way
love
quit.
you.
This really is your element.
Do you remember the discovery that would have got you admitted into Candlekeep had you written an essay about it?
Oh, there was that mushroom. Right?
No, not that. Some people know about reticular. That's
Oh yeah.
That's rare, but it's useful. But you discovered something that nobody knew before, including the spore druid you were with.
The reticular.
It's not about reticular.
No.
I know what it is.
Okay, please tell me because I don't.
That's okay. Yeah.
Like Pooja doesn't.
No,
like,
that's okay. So the
like,
big
I feel like I'm getting
discovery.
quizzed and I hate
Sorry,
it.
I'm so sorry. I don't want you to feel like that. You've got a natural 20. That's huge here. 1% chance. There is something that feeds on Bibberbang
Oh, it's the Grell.
and smells a little like Bibberbang and can move quite silently.
Oh yeah, because the Grell are filled with Bibberbang
Right.
gas.
And as this occurs to you, you look up. And
I didn't realize that I would have gotten that because I didn't realize that was such a like.
Oh, no, I know. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it for Ezthe because Ezthe wouldn't have realized the significance of this discovery, right? Of like, I tried to hint at it. Magical Michael was like, what? He was like real excited about this discovery. But, was waiting for you to publish in a journal so that he wouldn't steal your credit for,
Oh.
Mm.
Because he's nice.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and so as this occurs to you, I mean, I got to honor double tens, right? You look up and make eye contact. Well, I guess with one of them. You can't make eye contact with 8 Grell. And they all freeze, like, uh-oh. They can see us. It's sort of like cat in the middle of the grass, right? Of like, if we stop moving, they probably can't see us. Like you're an orange cat in the middle of a green lawn, but they are probably about 20 feet up, and they were descending. And when you're like, there are usually Grell, and
Oh no.
roll. Actually, you don't have to roll insight. You can tell they think you can't see them, and they're waiting for you to turn around so they can attack you.
So there's another thing about the Bibberbang that I didn't mention before.
What's that?
These guys.
So, all of you look up and you see. Do you know what a Grell looks like?
Mm-mm.
So it looks like a brain. It's not actually a brain,
Okay.
right? Like intellect devourers are brains on legs, right?
Right.
This thing is just like the shape and size of a brain, and it looks kind of like mushy and disgusting.
Mhm.
And then it has a beak on the front and eyes. Yeah, they're disgusting. And tentacles, all right? And they just sort of hover around and they drop on unsuspecting prey.
Ambush predators is what I think people. Okay. This is what Night Friend called them.
Ambush predator.
Yes.
Yeah. And what's funny is the ones you saw were sort of like pink and red, fleshy meat color, right? These ones aren't. They're more kind of like bluish purple.
Are they the color of the goo that came out of the captain on that ship?
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Oh, I know what drill looked like.
I think that matters.
I know, right? Oh no. Well, this can only end one way.
So I assume everyone has casually glanced up.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You get a free insight check that says they think we can't see them. Right. Good one, guys. You're real sneaky. And rather than disadvantage, you're going to have advantage to make this wisdom save right now.
Okay.
Ah, good.
Oh, thank
Wisdom save.
And this is DC 14. Yeah, 14.
Would have made it either way, but
Nice. Oh, thank God. I would not have made it either way. One
Okay.
of those die was a lot.
Yeah, I want to know if you wouldn't have made it, right? That's...
I didn't make it,
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
and I have a +7.
What did you roll?
2 2s and a 3.
That's not enough.
do you
No.
want to use your inspiration?
You do have heroic
Oh.
inspiration.
Yeah.
You get to reroll all 3 dice.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
that's not great. Do better.
I got a 19 on the die.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a
Oh,
crit.
crit.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
19.
Okay.
That's better.
And then just mark off that you've used your
Yeah.
inspiration.
24.
Oh, God. Okay. And Ezthe, what'd you get?
A 14.
Oh, yeah, 14. Okay, great. So all of you are at least somewhat familiar with what the hold person spell feels like.
Mhm.
And you're able to shrug it off. As you can see, like 4 of the 8 up there had been target, like 1 each was targeting you.
Ooh, oof.
And the other 4 dive bomb because they think it worked.
Oh,
And
Okay.
if you want, for the moment, you can pretend, because we have a crit success and there's a bunch of very good successes. If you all want to pretend, I'm going to give you a surprise round on these guys.
sure. They're dive bombing to our location.
Yes,
How close are we?
they're like 20 feet away.
20 feet.
No, how close are we to each other?
Pretty close.
Pretty close, right?
Yeah.
We just came out of this door. So.
Yeah. What?
That means they're all gonna dive bomb into my spirit guardians.
Oh, you're casting Spirit Guardian.
Yep, that's
Okay.
gonna be my first move.
Okay. What does everyone want to do?
I know I said no fire,
Oh no!
Immediately cast Fire.
but also because of the whole Bibberback thing, if you poke them with fire, they go
And you
like a
refreshed,
balloon.
you refreshed your temporary hit points, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All 17 of them.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can Thunderwave go up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to take it first?
Uh,
Well, if Gralen's gonna do Spirit Guardians, they have to come in,
yeah.
and then if you Thunderwave them out, and I can firebolt them when they're out.
Yeah. Down, away, blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you would have to do is wait for them to get within 5 feet above. They would trigger, they'd have to hit Spirit Guardians.
Uh-huh.
I think Spirit Guardians is above you. I don't know, probably not how it's supposed to work, but
I think they're going around you.
yeah. But
I guess they could,
it's an
they could Saturn it.
emanation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want it to work. Yeah, I mean, you've all had this massive group success, right? So yeah, you managed to. It's this, Dion. You move the ring up,
Oh, okay.
and Gralen is standing there like this, like holding it up because it's a weird way to cast the spell.
It's
I love
a
it.
15-foot emanation, so it should be able to just
Oh,
radiate out.
emanation
Oh, yeah.
should be.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
Also, as
I
soon
was
as they
looking it
get within 15 feet of you, your thunder wave can like hit them.
Yeah, so you can still get them when they're falling. That's 15 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll hit radiant,
hmm
then get thunder waved. Before we roll anything, I just want to know that
Yeah.
it's like all gonna happen at once, right?
Right,
So,
right.
what else do we want to?
How
That's
far
all.
back does Thunder? I have Thunderwave. I could look it up.
Up to
Pushes them back 10 feet.
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
feet.
So
If
they'll
they
be
fail to save.
25 feet away.
yes.
Yes.
Which, even Ezthe is not silly enough to cast a fireball.
Oh, fire!
Where there might actually be Bibberbang, but I can't see the Bibberbang, and I can see the Grell, and if I'm not close enough to see the Bibberbang,
Well.
it should be fine.
Yeah, you can also cast it so that the center is far enough away
Yes.
that it just catches them in the edge.
Well, I will say the 4 that aren't dive bombing you are basically at the mushroom ceiling for the space that you're in right here.
How far
Right.
away is that, just out of curiosity?
Let's say it's like 40 feet up.
40 feet, okay.
Yeah.
Do we have dim light?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, everything is dim here, unless you have dark vision, and then it's just normal lighting.
You could
So yeah,
fireball the ones that are being pushed back up, or the ones at the top.
I
Either
could get
one.
them both.
Or-
If
yeah,
they're only
all-
40
all
feet,
of
I
them,
can get
yeah.
them all.
Yeah.
Oh, right in the middle
Yeah.
of the two, and
Yep,
oh yeah,
Because when they get pushed up to 25 feet and the other ones are at 30, that is certainly all within range. And I know, I'm sure you remember that they themselves can become explosive.
That was what I was saying.
Okay.
Okay.
So that way, if I only hit the ones that are like 25 feet away, that should be far enough away that we should not be caught in the explosion.
Okay.
Because if there's nothing I have learned, or if there's anything that I have learned,
I like the first one.
it is you're not supposed to explode your friends.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Learn that one early.
on
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
Accidents happen.
Without permission.
Accidents happen all the time.
It's true.
Who tipped the wagon over?
Oh, that was me.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember
I
that?
don't know if anybody else knows.
17 episodes ago. Secret guilt.
Jaden still doesn't know.
Yeah, making up for it.
Okay. So you're gonna cast Fireball after the Thunder Wave goes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jaden, can you say pull as you do it?
Yeah.
Or no. Ezthe has to say pull.
Yeah. Fireball is
20-foot sphere.
it's only 20 feet across?
Yeah.
Oh, I always think it's bigger.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty big once you get it,
Yeah. But if you centered it at 20, you don't want to do that. So if you center it
It's
at
a 20-foot radius.
Yeah,
That's the thing. It's
yeah, so
40
it's
feet
40
across.
feet.
40
yeah.
feet across. 40 feet across. Okay. So yeah, if you the ceiling is only 40 feet up.
So, but the thing is, I could put it 10 feet down from there, and then it'll still be low enough to catch the ones that. Because, like,
it's
if
only
they're
20 feet down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So you're basically throwing it at the ceiling.
basically.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
The Cleric can take it.
Yeah, and the ceiling is mushroom stock, right? It's like mushroom cap, just so we're all seeing the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
We might get something tasty out of it. Grub legs are so good, y'all.
They're tentacles. We call them what they are. They're tentacles, and you know it. And what is Brutus's?
I'm gonna clean up. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna let everybody do their thing first, and then if there are any that need to get swept up, I will take them.
Okay. So is your plan like to grab any that didn't get pushed back, or
No, I'll go to them
okay?
So after I fireball,
after you fireball. Yep. If there are any that are still
Oh.
moving up in the air, I will go to them.
Teleport.
because data wave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't nerf your teleport, did they?
Nope.
In 2024.
No.
Um,
It's still quite nice.
My old friend Vortex Warp.
Yeah.
It requires you send them to a surface of some kind. You can't just
Oh.
teleport them into midair.
Hmm.
Made me sad. I want to teleport you 90 feet into the air
Yep.
and let you take 96 damage without me doing anything.
Yep.
Okay, so I haven't. Okay, yeah, I understand what's happening. You have cast. What's it called? Spirit Guardians. What is my save for that?
It is just wisdom 17.
And we have to decide right now. I personally don't think radiant damage lights fires.
I don't think it does either.
Even when it's called Sacred Flame or whatever, I don't think you could light a campfire
No.
with radiant.
Not unless you had a really big
Yeah.
magnifying glass.
Right? Yeah. Okay. As long as we all agree, and it's not going to be light fires later either. We
No.
really wish it would.
The only thing I've ever
okay.
lit with it were the candles for ceremonies. And that's like a
yeah.
sacred.
Yeah, I'll give you candles.
Yeah. Well, not even regular candles.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I will say those candles are now quote unquote burning with radiance,
Right.
not fire. Like you wouldn't be able to start a fire with those either.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. I like that. Okay, what is my save?
Wisdom 17.
17?
You say that every time. It hasn't changed.
I'm still mad about it. Who let you build that?
You did, apparently. Anybody have a D8 I can borrow? Thank you.
I want a purple D10. These guys are purple.
Gotta match their outfit.
Yeah. Well, I guess blue and green I'll have to do. Everyone knows blue and green make purple.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
That's how
That's
color
how
theory.
that
That's how you
works.
color theory.
Yep.
Maybe if you lick the slime wall.
Yeah.
I
Now
don't think
it
that's
does.
what the slime ball does. Potted
Okay.
plants do not.
You didn't turn
It
into
does a
potted
lot of
plant.
things.
That's true. I feel like we spent a lot of time after
Like
figuring out like all the different things it could do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you were there for a while, and slime wall is
Several
too
months.
good to ignore.
Several months.
Yeah.
Like
Double
anytime we were
checking.
bored, Night Friend and I went out to lick some slime wall.
They're writing down the different things that you turn into.
So, is it a wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
It's not like a strength save?
Nope.
Or dex save?
Oh.
What
I
do you
rolled
want?
not bad.
What? Look, maybe they dodged it.
Maybe.
Well,
That's
they
still
still
like
take
half of it.
half, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 12.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12.
Mm-hmm.
6.
You beat it 17?
It's 12. Not one of the sixes. It's double sixes.
Oh.
One of them was. I thought it was a 9.
Yeah.
So it'd be. Oh, it'd only be 15.
Oh, it'd be 15.
Jesus Christ.
I'll help you.
I'm
You
so
need
defeated.
at least a 9 and 8.
Yeah, I thought I had a 9. Okay, so what's the damage? All 4 of them failed.
That'd be 19.
Damage.
19 damage. I rolled 2 8s and a 3.
Okay, that does not
Nice.
kill them. Mhm.
I don't.
Okay. Would have been
Okay.
awesome if you exploded them in your face.
Oh no.
But they explode when they die or when they die with fire?
When they die with fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
still would have popped.
Still would be gross. We'd be covered in goo again.
And then a weird spark would have come from nowhere.
Please, please.
Okay, Thunder Wave, I think I have to make saves again.
You do.
Yes.
It's Constitution
I think it's
15.
97 or something. Yeah.
Just 15.
Okay. I didn't beat that on any of these rolls either. Con is better by 1 point. 12.
Okay.
14, 15.
15 is 1. Yep.
Okay, one of them saved.
Okay.
That's cocked. Okay, 3 of them failed to save.
Okay.
They get pushed back 10 feet.
and take
Straight up.
7 damage.
7 more damage. And
Yeah.
then the other one takes 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's 26.
Oh, but it also doesn't get pushed.
Correct.
That
Yeah.
one
So
doesn't
that
get
one
pushed.
lands with us.
Which is
Okay.
which is where Brutus comes
Which
in.
are Brutus.
Sure, I could take it. I probably would.
Okay, so 3 of them took a total of 26 damage so far and got pushed 10 feet up into the air.
From the 15-foot mark, so they're 25 feet up in the air.
Yes, yeah, they're 25 feet up. The other one hit the Spirit Guardians and the Thunder Wave, and it's just plummeted through. I guess he gets to make his attack.
Yeah.
Well, we are in a surprise round.
Oh,
so-
yeah,
Nope.
okay. All right, we'll see how this goes then. All right, so go ahead and do Fireball, I think was the plan.
Yep.
So, I'm out of
Disrespectful.
How healthy do the ones that got pushed look like?
Oh, they're bloodied.
They're bloody. Okay.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, and I am going to use innate sorcery Because why not?
All right.
These
what did
girl
that
in
do?
particular.
I never understand.
It's a bonus action to unleash the shimmering magic within myself. Basically, it ups my save DC by 1, and then if I have later, if any of them survive any of this, it is a advantage on attack rolls for my sorcerer spells.
I didn't make this. This is not my fault. It's just a really good sorcerer feature. Okay, so I have to make 7 saves, right?
Yes,
Okay,
and it's DC 16 Dex saves.
that's with your +1.
Yeah,
Okay, dex save is my best save.
I figured.
That is actually a 9 and a 6. That's a save.
15.
That's not good
Not-
enough.
16.
That's not 16.
Oh, sorry, they're +2 though.
Oh.
They have
Oh,
+2 to their
okay,
roll.
okay.
Yeah, sorry. It's 16 to get it, right? Yeah, I have 17 on this one. So, okay, one.
I'm keeping track for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm gonna do the first 3 of these are the ones that have already been hit.
Okay.
Okay, so one of them saved.
Mhm.
9 + 2 is 27, so that's a save.
Nope.
That's not how that works now.
That's not
Okay,
all.
so I'm gonna
That's
have
Ezthe math.
1 save and
One fail.
1 fail. And the third one who got pushed up in the air, 12 is another fail. Okay. Then. Oh, welcome in, Raiders. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. It's nice to have you here.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
We're fighting Grell, who are full of bibberbang gas.
And are about to be splody.
Okay, so that's the 3 who got pushed. So now it's the 4 who were still up there.
Right.
With full health.
Mhm.
14 is basically 16.
-2.
That's a hit. That's 16 on the dot. 14, 16 on the dot. Last one is a fail.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. All right.
So the ones who save take 13 damage.
Okay. So we got 13. That guy's at 39. Okay.
And the other ones take 27.
Okay. Okay. So all of the, well, oh yeah. So 2 of the ones at the top take 27,
Mhm.
and then 2 of them take 13.
Mhm.
Okay. And
Hilariously, I rolled 3 6s, 3 1s,
Huh.
a 4, and a 2.
Oh,
oh,
wow.
Oh, wow.
666 111 42.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
Mm.
Like the median,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
median
Yeah,
dice
of
roll.
the D8s. Yeah.
But D6s, because it's 8d6.
Oh, that's right. I always think it's D8s.
Mm-mm.
So 3 max, 3 min, and then
Yeah,
mid range.
Right down the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hilariously, this one told me I was naughty.
And then 2 of the ones that got pushed up took full damage. 1 of the ones that got pushed up took half damage.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I know it's other turn. I think I have to process the explosions before you take your turn.
Sure. Yeah,
okay?
that's fine. That's fine. Yep.
Because those 2 who got pushed and fireballed are done.
Okay.
Um,
So 2 of them are out of the game.
well,
In other words.
not yet.
Oh, okay. I
Fire
see, I see.
explosion could blow up the others.
once they blow up,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fire. So let's see.
Well, uh-oh.
I gotta know what to clean up here.
So, on a 5 or 6, Dion,
Mhm.
the special thing happens. What do I got there?
That'd be 2 6s.
Yeah, boxcars. So, on a 5 or 6, they were killed with fire. Even better. So we get the
Oh, were you gonna do the thing on a 5 or 6 they blow up even if they weren't killed with fire?
no,
Oh, okay.
no. on a 1 through 4, this wouldn't be your problem.
Oh.
On a 5 or 6, it is your problem.
Great.
Oh.
So, you know when you like prick a balloon and it doesn't explode, but it goes all around the room?
It goes.
Yeah. 2 of these make a burning whoopee cushy sound. Just like whizzing around the airspace above your heads, and unfortunately, both of them go rocketing straight down to explode at you. If you want to alter your turn to do a deflect missiles,
Oh, I can deflect these.
I would. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a save or suck situation. So if you don't want to use your turn,
Yeah.
well, it's a reaction anyway, right?
Yeah. And I don't want any of these grill to explode in, any of our faces. So yeah, I will try to deflect one of them away at the very least.
Okay.
And it's going to explode down here, and there's one by us, too.
So
Well, that one could explode up. If those could explode down, this one could explode up.
If it does the whizzy thing, and not just booms.
So there are 2 heading down our way. Can I deflect both of them or just one of them?
It depends on how good you deflect the first one.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you want me to like roll and see? Because I don't.
Oh, normally you just reduce damage.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do a special version of this. Let's make it. I don't want an attack roll because this is like just a speed check, right? Of like
Yeah.
grab and redirect.
That'd be sleight
Dex
of
save?
hand.
Or sleight of hand, yeah.
Dex save, whatever.
I think Dex save makes more
A
sense.
Dex save. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I'm only allowing it because you have the deflect missiles feature.
Sure. Okay.
Or allowing it, but like it just makes sense.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That's not great. 3 and 4. So I'm gonna burn my inspiration on this.
You're my inspiration.
That's a bit better. 18 altogether.
Sure. Okay. But not a crit, right?
Not a crit,
Okay.
unfortunately.
On a crit, I was
Modified
gonna have you throw it into the other one,
Okay. All right.
but so this one you just wing it out of the way.
Okay,
Right, and
sure,
it goes splat over there.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
It doesn't go into the bad guys, but it doesn't go into you guys
Okay,
either.
yeah,
So
I'll take it.
the other one just lands between the 4 of you and explodes. So I need everyone to make a dex save. And actually, I need you to make 2 dex saves, and you tell me which one you want to use first and which one you want to use second. I'm not going to tell you what they're for. Yeah, I will eventually.
You're going to make me remember numbers.
I'll use the 13 first.
Okay.
I'll use an 18 first.
Okay.
I'll use a 15 first.
15 first.
Okay. So 14 and up is just not essay, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you all are going to take half damage from the explosion.
Okay.
It's not a lot. Oh, that's there. 9 damage, so you'll take 4. Essay, you take all 9. That was the first one. I already rolled for that. So the other guy.
You said 4, right?
Yes, yeah. The one who was already trying to dive bomb you explodes and does not balloon away. So now we have to roll for that. Was it you?
16.
Okay, yeah. So I need your other save.
14 for me.
Okay.
12.
11.
Okay, so you 2 are going to take full damage. Jaden and Gralen. That's a nicer roll. Oh, it's 9. 9 damage again.
Oh, so 4.
As that one just like sizzles and pops. And I'm sorry, I guess I should have made you make 3 dex saves. So I do need one more
because
dex
it's the one
save.
that pops.
No, the
No, 'cause that
meteor
one's
one.
gone.
I know. Yeah, the meteor one exploded. The one at your feet exploded. This is for something else.
13.
14.
Okay.
Crit, 19 on the dice.
16.
You're gonna die. What is this for? Do you know?
I know exactly.
Do you want to say?
No.
It is. It
No,
is.
it's not. It's not. No,
It's a
how do you
splatter.
keep doing it?
It's a splatter check.
The dice knew.
I was like, no, it couldn't be.
Why do I always fail this?
Ezthe, undefeated goo dodger.
Okay, so 14.
And I'm the opposite. I haven't
16.
saved a single one of them.
14, yeah.
Okay.
16.
So you're the only one who's failed
Of
it.
course I am.
You are drenched in wet, gasoline-soaked meat and blood. Yeah, that's horrible.
I'm going to spell create water.
You two, you just get a little bit on you. It's like, ew. You just step between the drops. I know this dance.
So,
And to honor the story the dice are telling, you will have advantage to avoid splatter forevermore. I still hope it fails at some point because it would be fucking epic.
make that an extra skill. You know?
Yeah,
So funny.
yeah,
Homebrew skill.
yeah. That's what
What?
we'll do. I'm not gonna give you advantage, but you are gonna have like extra proficiency. I think you're already proficient in dex saves, so
You have expertise.
yes, you have expertise in splatter avoidance. You know how. You do the calculus without knowing the math. You calculate every trajectory and you just take that one perfect step.
What was the save?
14.
I just switched the numbers.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no, you made it to a third one. No, I was just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna start hugging you.
So
after
fun.
these.
So what's left, just out of curiosity? Do you have any more
I mean, the best part is I think you have prestidigitation, right?
Yes.
You could easily clean your friends off.
Prestidigitate.
Well, now that I've remembered that that's a thing you could do,
Oh yeah. Okay.
that because it never occurred to them, and then they saw Magical
Why would
Michael
you use
do
it? Yeah.
and then like, oh, and then forgot about Magical Michael for the last 32 years.
Yeah. Except in your dreams.
Well, I mean.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So those three went boom, and none of the ones up went boom.
Well, yeah. All 4 of the ones that were dive bombing you in some
are-
fashion are done.
Done.
Right. There
Okay.
are 4 at the top. 2 of them are bloodied and 2 of them are not.
Okay.
And now we roll initiative. Oh wait, you didn't
Yeah.
really get a turn.
I
did
haven't
you?
gotten one yet. I've been
Okay.
reacting to everything around me
Okay,
so far.
yeah. Well, what would you like to do for the
Okay,
surprise
so
round?
how many? Okay, so everyone that's dive bombed are gone. That's 4 of them that are gone, right?
Yeah.
How many are left up above?
4 more.
4. Okay, all right.
2 of them are bloodied and 2 of them are not.
Okay, I'm going to shadow step up there, and
Just into midair.
oh wait a minute, hold on. I used my reaction already. That means I would fall and take the damage.
But you still have slow fall, right?
No, takes a reaction.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was automatic.
But I mean, I could probably still take the damage. Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, what, from 3d6 or something?
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and shadow step up there. I'm going to target the bloodied ones, the one that looks the least healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So let's do my
Can I make a pitch?
sure.
Maybe I don't think Brutus would think this thing could support his weight.
Yeah.
So you could sort of hippo from the top rope, teleport above it, and just drive it to
take
the
myself
ground.
down to it.
Because you know it's not going to explode with fire. The
Yeah.
fires are out. They exploded. You know, there's nothing burning here. It's all mushroom.
I could do that. I was thinking I want to just try to get as many hits out as I can. So you know,
yeah, okay.
I think I am gonna teleport up. You know, I'm gonna kind of almost monk-like just be suspended in midair for a little bit, take a few strikes, and if I have to, I'll just grab onto the mushroom cap up
I love
above.
this just air hippo.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Yeah, this is so good.
Okay.
Okay,
so
so
let's see.
let's roll each attack individually.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
each one is sort of a precipice turn.
I'll start with my short sword, and then I'll move on to my thresher from there. I'll use the next.
Your burning short sword?
No.
Ah, dang.
I wish I had a whatchamacallit, what do you call them? A fire, no, not Frostbrand. The
Oh,
other
oh,
version
yeah,
of it. Anyway.
Flame Blade?
Yeah. Okay, let's
Oh,
see.
yeah, the Shadow Blade's not poor either.
9. That is 17 to hit for my first attack. Ooh, max the damage out.
It's a miss.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
kidding,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I'll take it.
They're Grell. I mean, they're Illithid Grell. Oop.
I mean, they are that
They're
color.
purple.
Yeah.
And they cast Hold Person on you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, no more tentacles and tentacles.
Oh, well, we haven't got a good enough close look at them
That's
yet.
very true.
And
Yeah.
we exploded them, so.
Yeah. We'll have to study them later.
Anything brain shaped, I'm going to assume is a
Suspicious.
problem.
So let's see with the short sword. That's 11 points.
Okay, to one of the bloodied ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not quite dead
piercing
yet.
damage. But they are vexed. Also.
Okay, that means you have advantage to hit?
No, I think they have disadvantage to hit anything that's.
Oh,
not me.
okay.
Actually, no. I should look that up. I really should look that up.
Let me, because I think I made it in my notes, because I think I have Vex on my rapier, so.
Because I know there are a couple that either impose disadvantage or impose advantage.
I've got it here.
Weapon mastery, Vex. You gain advantage on your next
Oh, I
attack
do
roll
gain
against that
advantage,
same
okay.
target.
Okay, so I'll use the nick attack of the Thresher then in that case, and I
Okay.
get advantage on it. 6. Oh, yeah, 7 plus 9. That's like 25 to hit.
Oh, yes.
The damage isn't great. It's
Was
only
not a
gonna
crit?
be.
It's 25 to hit and not a crit?
It's 9 and a 7,
No,
And
and then
okay.
plus my bonus.
Just
so,
short.
Yeah, just shy. Damage isn't great. That's only going to be an additional 6 points of slashing damage from the Thresher. Still up?
Oh, slashing damage.
Yeah.
Seems surprisingly effective.
Oh. Okay. All right.
All
right.
right. Now, you don't have a reaction at this point, right?
I don't have my reaction at this
Right.
point.
Okay. So this one, you punch it and it looks really bad, and you
Yeah.
get the Thresher involved,
Yeah.
and it just slices through. But mostly it was cutting through tentacles, and then it nicks the body in a significant way.
Yeah.
And it takes off like a balloon, but it's not on fire.
Okay.
Right?
all
And it just goes and spins off against the wall and
Sure.
splats, and it's dead.
Okay. All right. So it's still gone, but there is. I do have my extra attack.
Yeah, there is one more that is bloodied and
Okay.
2 more that are not.
I'll target the one that is the remaining one that is bloodied.
Mhm.
Oh, that's not great. And that's going to be. I'll attack it with the Thresher at this point. So that's 3, 6, 8, 14 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, still gets it. And that is going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay. So the one that was already bloodied.
Yeah, and then am I able to kind of like stay up there by just, or maybe taking the Thresher and kind of like stabbing it into the mushroom cap?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you disadvantage athletics check. But yes.
Sure.
But it's like DC 12.
Okay.
All right, but
Um,
disadvantage, and then if you don't make it, you fall.
Is this athletics or is this acrobatics?
This is athletics.
Yeah.
This is a
Okay.
climbing check or a not falling check.
With advantage, you said, right? Or
Disadvantage.
Ooh, you know what? I think I may still have it. Nope, I don't quite have it actually. 6, 7, plus 3. That's just 10. So I'm falling.
Okay.
I'm falling.
All right, you get you whip the Thresher out, and I think the problem is you're like, yes, I got it, and then it just goes this like huge chunk of mushroom peels away from the wall as the hippo tries to brace himself. And what is it, 30 feet?
No, up there. I think you said it was 40.
Well, to the ceiling.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I
but
thought
there's
you
the
were like-
mushroom cap. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then, however you.
Well, it's 40 feet to the inside of the mushroom.
Sure,
Right.
sure,
But then they
gotcha.
were down from that a little bit. So,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
We'll call it 30.
30 feet. Okay. 3d6.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's
13 damage.
It's fine. I can survive. Fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
It just I rolled a 6 and a 4 and a 3. It was just like, I guess it's a decent roll, but like, Yeah. So,
I'm good. I'm good. Still
Okay.
healthy.
okay. Okay. There is one left up at the roof that is bloodied, and one left up at the roof that is injured but not bloodied, and it's just the two of them left. Ezthe, if these were normal Grell, they would be fleeing now. They are not fleeing.
Really like your museum.
This is the moment.
These are not from the museum. This is not an exhibit.
Okay.
Let's roll initiative. I'm going to roll 2 separate initiatives for these guys.
13.
I also got a 13.
I also got a 13.
Oh, sorry. No, it wasn't a 13. It was a 15. Forgot about the dex bonus.
Did Brutus get a 13?
16.
Ah,
This is
Yum.
the one pitfall of the 2d10 is that when we're all doing something together, there is that peak, that we're all sort of landing in.
The bell curve
Is
is real.
anyone over 15? Oh, what do you got?
16.
16, 15. So 16 is Brutus. 15 for me is the bloodied one. And then what do we have after that?
all
13.
13.
Okay. Okay, and then 9 is the not bloodied one. Okay. So on 13, the three of you can... I've decided I want you to take your whole turn, but you can decide what order you go in. All right?
No, okay.
Last time we were like, oh, split it up, whatever, like Baldur's Gate. But it got confusing for me. So I don't want to do that anymore.
Sure.
But definitely interchange however you and you can talk about it and set it up however you want. Like, okay, I'm going to do this and then you do that. That's fine, right? You're battlefield experts and you're communicating with each other and you like each other ostensibly. That's okay. Brutus.
Okay, I have my full action economy at this point in
Yes.
time.
Yay.
So
Reaction, refreshes,
Yep.
everything.
I'm gonna take my bonus action to shadow step up there again.
Okay.
Let's see. We have the bloody. There are two that
Yes.
aren't bloodied and one that is.
No. There is one that's bloodied and one that isn't.
One that isn't bloodied. Okay, we
That's
got
just
rid
it.
of one.
There's
That's
just
right. I
two.
got rid of one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to focus fire on the bloodied one again. See if we can at least take this out before the other ones kind of come down to the ground. We'll do the same thing. Short sword attack and then the thresher. 17. That's 8 and 9 on the die. That's not a crit. 17, 18, 19. That
No.
is a crit, isn't it?
You have to have an 8 and a 9.
Yeah, 8 and 9 onto the die.
No.
9.
No.
18, 19, 20. Yeah, you need,
17.
Oh, you're right.
you
You're right.
need
Yeah,
two
yeah.
9s or a 9 and a 10.
Still a hit. 8
Yeah.
points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Is it still up?
No.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
That was the bloodied one, right?
Yeah.
Well, now he doesn't even get a turn.
Then I will follow up on the non-bloodied one with the nick attack of the thresher.
So hold on. As you go up there,
Oh, sure.
when you appear, I just want to have this so we don't totally lose it. You come up and you're just gonna you just punch it. No, your thresher.
No, this is the short sword. Just
Oh, the short sword. Okay. So as you come up and you're sort of face to face with this thing, like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is a great Matrix moment.
yeah.
It opens its beak to scream at you,
Yeah.
and another
Oh.
beak comes
Oh
out.
gosh, it's the
Oh.
double beak
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like Alien,
Sure.
that is just this horrible mouth.
Okay.
I might even say it's a sideways beak. It's like
Oh sure.
this beak opens normally, and then this side one, and it's like screaming. at you.
Combination alien predator thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it.
Like
Fantastic.
if it got a chance, it's like the scream could drive you bonkers.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
So,
All right. Jay the player loves it. Brutus the gift
no,
hates it.
thank you.
Just
Yeah.
hates it.
Yeah.
All right.
But short sword, slashing damage, 8. That one's done.
Okay.
And it does balloon away, but
Okay.
not on fire.
I will turn to the other one. It's kind of making that same opening
Yeah.
the beak motion.
Yeah.
Okay. I just unload on it. So the this
Maybe-
one is going to be the
Maybe
nick.
he'll miss 4 times, folks.
Well, I bonus action leapt up here, so I don't get to do my flurry of blows.
Oh, yeah, this is just your second attack.
But I do get to nick with this, which
Yeah,
is folded into this, and then I get my extra attack, and I'm unloading both of them onto
Okay.
this thing.
It does have a lot of hit points left.
Oh, that's not great. The first one, actually, that's the Threshers, so that's 13 to hit?
No.
No? Okay, all right. And then the second attack...
And for the record, normal Grell have an AC of 12.
Okay,
These
all right.
do not.
These don't, okay. The next one is going to be 16 to hit?
16 hits.
16 hits, and that's going to be weird. Weird number 2. That's going to be... this is just the extra attack, but with the Thresher. It's going to be 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then I fall to the ground. I slow fall. I use my reaction to slow fall to the ground.
Okay. Great. And that's just no damage, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I get to reduce the damage by 35. So if it's
Which is-
30, which
I cannot roll that high, yeah.
not with that
Yeah,
much dice. So
That's
yeah.
fine. That's fine. And yes, Chet, the jacket has made it the whole. I was getting ready to take it off, and I realized we don't have a ton of time left. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I can make it the whole
You
show
can do it.
in July.
What?
I'm doing it. Okay. I really love this jacket. It's so stupid. Look, when you go in the what is it like? It wasn't Nordstrom, but it was like the Nordstrom rack, you know, where there's like the leftovers and there's one and it fits you
The
and it's
best.
affordable.
Mm-hmm.
The best feeling.
You just spike the ball and buy it, right? Like,
But so that was the 16 turn, and the 15 turn is dead.
yes. So 13s. What do you want to do about it? There's one more grill up there and it's screaming its extra little beak at you.
No screamy. No screamy.
Rude.
Yeah, if it gets an action, you all are gonna have to make a
How
saving
bad
throw.
does it look like?
It's not bloodied.
Oh, okay. So
It's been quite the survivor,
Yeah.
considering everything that's happened.
I'm gonna Ray of Frost it in deference to.
That's gonna make it hard to catch on fire.
Yeah. Well, last time things caught on fire, they exploded on us,
A little bit.
and like, if
Didn't
something
get
explodes
any
on me,
you.
well, I didn't get any goo on me. I did get some explosion on
Oh, a
me.
little bit of fire, yeah. Well,
And then if something explodes on me again, I will also explode. And that
oh,
will
we're
be a
at that
problem.
point. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
And that, I feel like this look that Gralen is giving me right now tells me don't explode and then explode. And he's my bestie, and I don't wanna hurt him.
Okay, let's see what happens.
So I'm gonna Ray of Frost.
Yeah, it's gonna miss.
You're so rude today. I have advantage on this roll
Why?
because I blew my innate sorcery.
Mm. Don't be an adversarial GM. I'm just kidding, folks.
Can
My
we say,
my friends here know it. You didn't. You crit?
it's a 20.
No.
Yep.
Double tens? Okay. So we're gonna roll.
I mean, so the max damage it could do is 16.
Yeah.
So it takes the 16 damage.
No, it's gonna take 32, and then you're gonna roll 2d8,
Oh, okay.
which is unnecessary at this point, but why not?
But the numbers are fun.
And that's another 8.
Okay.
So it takes an even 40. That makes me happy. It's a nice round number.
All right. Now, all four of you, this is like a splatter roll. I would like you to make a dex save. As this ice meat meteor streaks to the ground.
But it's solid. It's not. It's
Correct. You did not want to catch this one.
Of course, now that it's solid, I pass. Well, I presume I pass.
That's a 10.
Well, you need a
Is it not
24.
frozen?
It's frozen, solid,
Oh.
and it's falling on you.
Oh.
15.
Yeah, 15 gets it.
14.
12.
Okay.
Okay.
10.
Yeah, it's a frozen solid object. I'm afraid the answer was whoever rolls lowest.
Oh,
Right?
That's
It
gonna
can
be
only
Jaden.
hit one of you. All right. It's going to be 2d6. It's 11.
Oh my god.
Almost maxed it out. I'm
Wow.
so sorry.
Wow, your dice are mean.
But
what are
what
these,
if it
your
had-
Shadowrun dice?
What if it had hit Ezthe? Would that have done it?
Mhm.
So that's how close we were to having Esthe's power pop.
Streak. Yeah.
I would have.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would have
I'll
jaded
take
to
the
it like
11
Boogaloo
damage
tried to
over
put
being
Ezthe out of the way.
Exploded by
No,
SA.
It's fine. I can hurt.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
It
it
is.
does.
It just hurts.
It does 17 when you pop, right? Or you eat 17. Yeah. Okay. Good times. I really like that ability, by the way. Okay. So, does anyone need to go right at 8? I ask this every week. I'm so sorry.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Not for like a super long time.
No. But I think I need like 8:30. This was going to be a quick encounter, and then I remembered it's D&D. So
Yeah.
yeah. This was still pretty quick for 8 monsters.
Yeah.
But anyway, the dust settles, and for the 3 of you who aren't called Ezthe, I think there's guts and mess and burning smell. The smell of gasoline and burning gasoline is its own smell, right? Like, and the smell of burning grass, which if you have not smelled it, then you haven't lived in the Midwest and it fucking sucks. People who burn their lawn clippings go to the same place they go when you talk in the movies. Like, that's disgusting. Okay, so the smell is righteous.
Mm-hmm.
You two have some splatters, right? Jaden and Brutus, a little bit of mess.
Yeah.
You are covered head to toe in, I think the technical term is gook. Yeah, it's like meaty bits and tentacle and what is this in my hair? Oh no! Like, yeah.
You know what? I remembered that I could do a thing,
What thing?
and I cast Prestidigitation, and you are no longer covered in goo.
All of it lifts off. It lifts out of your hair. This big chunk comes out of your boot and falls to the side. You didn't even know that was in there. All of it lifts off. And you're like more clean than you were this morning.
Ezthe, my friend,
I told you I just remembered.
I have 2 questions. One, of all the times I've been covered in splatter, you could have done this every time.
But I couldn't remember that I could do it.
Okay. And right before the fight, just before the fight, like the moment before, didn't you tell us not to use fire?
But that was for the bibber bag. Last time, the grill went and then just went away.
Your last words were, "Don't use fire."
About the
Those weren't
Okay.
bibber bang. They're right.
They were full of bibberbang gas.
I thought they were gonna away. Some of them did.
Mm,
Some of them did.
And some of them explode, and we know that now.
yeah.
I didn't realize they were gonna down to us. I didn't even know that was an option.
In case our listeners are missing anything, we have established canon that Grell can float because they are full of we've decided, lighter than air bibberbang gas from bibberbang mushrooms that they mostly eat. And then they are silent predators. That they are silent but deadly.
Thank you. I was thinking
yes,
it real
yeah.
loud.
With gas.
Just
Yeah.
It was sitting
waiting
there.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for cleaning me up. I really appreciate
And I
it.
tried to freeze the last one.
You did. You did.
You successfully
you
froze
successfully
the
froze
shit
it.
out of that. It just landed on your shoulder.
Yeah, that hurt.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, 11 damage in one. Can we say it like dislocated and then popped back in?
Yeah.
Is that too nasty or?
No.
Okay.
Heart.
That's the damage. It's the like
I mean,
rotator cuff.
but like, don't make me leave.
Why would we make you leave?
I say no one's gonna make you leave.
Because
You're good.
We got through everything.
when it's too hard to be around me, people make me leave.
It's not hard to be around you.
It's a joy to be around you.
Promise?
I promise. Just the next time anything remotely looks like a brain, I'm standing behind you the entire fight.
I mean, that's where you should have been anyway, right? Like, that's where you normally are.
We were all in a circle together this time.
That's true.
Yeah, they were above.
It is hard.
And you did spot them first.
Yeah, and you were the only reason we got
That-
a chance to hit them first.
Actually, would have been much worse if you hadn't spotted them. We needed you here.
Okay.
Yeah.
People find you hard?
I mean, you know,
That end of sentence.
To be around, I guess?
I'm like really puzzled by this because there's nothing about you that I've ever found like,
Well, like,
you know.
I mean, you do stuff and then sometimes people get hurt and then they get mad. And then
Oh,
they make me leave.
I don't think people can avoid getting hurt.
Oh, that
But-
means Brutus.
Why would that be hard to deal with?
I don't know what happens to me all the time.
Oh, I grab you and I kind of like pull you in.
Big hug.
Like, big
Yeah.
hug, big hug.
Oh,
I bet Brutus is a great hugger.
Brutus is like the best hugger
Yeah.
and cuddler.
Yeah.
Brutus is like a big, gigantic body pillow.
Yeah.
Like the biggest of body pillows.
Perfect.
I don't know why anyone would find you that way, but I would never think that of you.
Thank you.
And I think I kind of like draw all of you in too.
And I prestidigitate the goo off of you and
Okay. So you avoid like as you're being drawn close, you're like,
no, it's just like yes, hugs and also
sure, yeah.
good hugs, not smelly hugs.
Bestie, we wouldn't be us without you. I don't want you gone. I was just annoyed at the goo, but I'm not mad at you.
Well, I'll make sure that no more goo.
No, you can't
On
promise
you.
that. This is apparently my life now.
Well,
But
practice.
just think, like, your hair is clean, your beard. Do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have a beard?
No.
No. But yeah, like, oh, it's so good.
So clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fresh and so clean.
Plus,
Yeah.
I have a hot bath now, so like just
Oh,
hot
yeah.
bath later.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So,
are there any like relatively whole remains
the
beside
frozen
us?
one.
The frozen one? I'm going to pick up, like, after we break our hugs, something occurs to me, and I pick up that frozen one, and kind of punch my hand into the beak, and I pull out the other beak, and I'm like,
These are a little different than they usually are.
So when you pull
I
that
don't think
inner
we
beak
should
out,
be
Yeah.
doing
The illithid parasite falls out
Blech.
of the open part.
is it dead?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, I mean,
thank
it's
God.
dying. Right?
It's
like,
dying. Oh, but I'm like,
This is a little
I kind of realized.
but a whole ass,
This
like,
is
full
very
size
different.
illithid parasite falls out.
Wow, okay.
There's so many of these here. I really don't like your museum.
The museum didn't come with these.
I take that thing and I kind of like thrash it to the ground,
Yeah.
you know,
Smash it.
Hulk and Loki style, and just
Yeah.
until it, yeah.
A voice enters your minds. You know, through the spore contact, right? And you know, as this becomes more active and you're here and you're actually in the place where the spores live, you always know who's speaking, right? When one of you communicates via the spores, you know, like, oh, that's Brutus speaking. And yeah, I know that's, even though it doesn't really sound like Brutus's voice, let's say.
Yeah.
And you know that the voice you've been speaking to before was a different voice of somebody called Rigloth. But that was not the sovereign. And now the sovereign enters your mind. And you just know that they're the sovereign, and they're called Sovereign Porer. Like poorer than you, you know, P-O-R-E-R. So I guess not like poorer than you.
More
But-
porous. I guess.
Yeah. I've got more pores than you.
Yeah.
Sovereign Porer enters your mind and says, "Beware, travelers. We think some sullied Grell have gotten loose in the area." So infected. He says infected Grell. And you also know that Sovereign Porer uses he, him pronouns because that's what the spores tell you. You know, that's the best thing. You just know people's pronouns.
It is, and we can respond through this.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we took care of that problem for you.
Mm.
Are there more?
There are dozens of Grell who live here.
Nope, the infected ones.
I don't know.
And how did you know about these ones?
I saw them.
Is there anything else we should be aware of as we're traveling?
There's not a huge pause. I'm trying to think of how to word this. He says, "You don't need to worry about anything else on your way to me. Just travel south and a little west, and you will find us. And I will help you."
Do you have an equivalent of a front porch that we can drop the package off? Can we leave it here?
You will see where to go, and we will come to new arrangements since Barnabas has passed.
Okay.
I don't suppose his materials would be available to us.
They are not.
Okay.
Okay, it's been a while since I was here. Did we tell them that Barnabas is dead?
They knew, and they contacted you to say, now that Barnabas is dead, who's going to bring us our heads?
Don't like that.
I mean, he was probably in the Spore network,
Which, okay.
just like you are.
Uh-huh.
So are we hiking?
Yeah? Southwest it is.
Okay. So
Sure you don't want to go to the library?
Jaden would love to go to the library.
My guys are the best, though. I mean, they were the best to me.
literally
Until I
every
found
Myconid
y'all.
you've met was awesome.
And then, like, until I found y'all, they were the only people who ever understood me.
Okay, bestie.
All right. So we go hiking southwest. Start to follow the curve of the dome a little bit, and then it's too overgrown, and you have to move in a little bit, which is fine. You were trying to travel in southwest.
Although, actually, you know what I think, as they said,
or
instead
southeast.
of that,
I'm sorry.
is they taught me to control my powers.
Yeah. Yeah. This is after being taught how to control it. Yeah. So you're traveling through. It's not exactly a tunnel path, right? It's the ceiling remains about 40 feet up. The actual middle of the dome, I think we said, was like 80 feet high or something like that, right? It's 400 feet across and 80 or 100 feet
You
tall.
said 80. It was like
Yeah.
very short.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a compressed dome. So the mushroom is so overgrown here that you're sort of like the arcing branches of a like Ichabod Crane's forest that he had to ride through. God, that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. I still can't watch it. Anyway, it's just from on your left, which is the southeast wall of the observarium, is just solid mushroom material. And it's got to be several feet thick, So it's like, okay, you have a weird, like, wide stalk. Like, the stalk couldn't grow into a big round trunk, so it spread out along the wall and grew up and out. And that part is just about 40 feet over you. On the other side, you can see, like, there's scrub, there's, like, it's all mushroom based, right? But there's, we're a bit of greenery, vines and things that aren't entirely mushroom, but you could see there's some undergrowth and whatever here and there, but you're sort of walled off from that by these series of mushrooms that have clearly started out separate. Like, some of them have gaps at the bottom, but they've grown next to each other and they've become more wide than anything. And
They
it's
have
a whole
mushroom hedge.
it's a whole colony of slime wall.
Whoa.
And you're like, look, this is why it's called slime wall. They grow together and they form, like, if you got a protractor out, they are in a perfectly straight line. And they move to become, like, they grow into a perfectly straight line.
Look, this is why it's slime wall. It's because they're slimy.
Yeah, and they're all about, the top of it is about 3 feet tall.
And we're supposed to lick these?
It's fun to lick them. I wouldn't say we're supposed to lick them. But it can be fun. And if you could become a potted plant. Amongst other things.
That seems inconvenient for our current goals, but maybe later.
I didn't say lick them now.
Yeah.
Really?
Is it magic?
Yes.
I've never heard of a spell that turns you into a potted plant.
I didn't know that there were mushrooms that were literal magic. Until this happened.
Why would somebody... It's okay.
Okay. You
Like, I
hit
don't know
on-
what to tell you.
Brutus
It was
really wants to
tasty.
lick a mushroom. I'm so
They
curious.
smell so good.
Do you want to do a saving throw?
Yeah.
Wisdom save? Okay,
Wisdom
let's do,
save?
yeah, let's do wisdom.
Let's do this.
You want like 14? Do you see, how tempted is he?
I'm very tempted. I'm just curious
Okay.
about this mushroom.
I think 14 is good.
Okay, all right. Come on.
I am gonna say, like, that
If Brutus
Ezthe's,
Well, hold on, let's-
Ezthe's influence on this party is maybe not the best.
This is great. What do you got?
Brutus, again, so incredibly curious about this. Bag still in hand, I reach out a finger and I kind of like scrape some of that
Oh.
slime off. And with the 10, I just,
Okay.
just a little one, like,
Can you do a D100? for me,
yeah, I
please?
sure can.
if you turn into a potted plant,
Please. I think it's 49.
Okay, it's either 21 or 12.
Okay, then it's not a potted plant.
Oh, not as good as my 6996.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
no.
that was perfect.
I think Gralen and Jaden do exactly what Sam and I did a minute ago, which is like when Ezthe's not looking, just eye each other and go,
No, we're not
Just a
doing
little-
that. And it's the time when Brutus just goes, whoop, gets a finger full of whoop, sap. It's mushroom sap.
Mushroom
Okay.
juice, it's fine. You can see it.
So 12 or 21.
Future kombucha.
It might be present.
Maybe that's true.
What's your hit point situation?
I'm at like 38.
Okay. You're going to regain 5 hit points every 6 seconds for a minute.
This
10
is
times.
really great.
Yeah. You feel your wounds closing, your exhaustion lifting, the muscles ache in your muscles, the knuckles, all of it. You just feel like, I got a great night's sleep
For how long am I gaining?
for a minute.
For a minute.
Yeah.
Every 6 seconds?
Yeah.
So that's, hold on.
Yeah, it's
50
10
hit
it's 10
points.
turns,
So,
yeah.
okay, all right. Unless anything harasses us for the next minute, I'm at full hit points.
Yeah, we should just assume that's the case. There's a little bit more hiking to do, and by the time we get there, the effect is finished. And
Wow.
and you feel, you know what? Recover a key point too.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you. Actually, I don't think I even used.
Oh, did you?
I didn't.
Or
use
what are they called now?
focus points?
Focus.
Yeah. But I don't think I even used any last combat. So that I'm good. Thank you. Though. I'll take
Okay.
it.
What did I say? Isn't it great?
Yeah, you all see the wounds close. It's magic. Like, there's no other explanation. It's straight up magic.
Jaden is also pretty injured.
Do I look like a potted plant?
No, but it's not always a potted plant.
Oh.
If you're
Well,
around
this feels
Riverbang,
wonderful anyway.
if you're like right next to some Riverbang,
Uh-oh.
it'll
No,
either
that's
make
it.
it'll either make you really afraid or there'll be a shield. But then Magical Michael told me about he had a puppers, and the puppers licked some, and the puppers turned into a fireball, which was like,
And then was okay, everybody.
Yeah.
but like, was fine. Magical Michael was not as fine,
So much fire.
which made me feel really connected to that puppers.
I did not like the mushroom.
Okay. You resist.
Jaden thought about it because he saw it heal.
Yeah.
A hands
Wounds
down
healing.
beneficial effect.
Yeah.
And just
Yep.
no question about it.
Yeah, no, his day has also been going badly.
Yeah, you feel pretty bad.
So I'm gonna cure wounds instead.
Okay. Or if you want to have a potion to save a spell slot.
Oh yeah, that'd be
And when you have a potion outside of combat, you just take the full amount.
great. What is the
Oh,
full amount?
just 2d8?
Is it a standard potion of healing or a potion of greater healing?
Greater.
Greater. Hold on. It's 2d4. 4d4 plus 4.
4d4
Okay,
plus
so
4.
16, 20. You get 20 hit points.
Okay.
Pooja, would you, if it's okay with you, only if you're okay with it, would you mind rolling persuasion?
Yeah, sure.
What did you get? Oh, just to get a DC?
Oh,
To not... Wait, what is this persuasion to not do it?
If Pooja beats mine, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Bestie, you're doing it. Unless you can beat a
Nope. you're
7 plus 15?
nope.
22.
22.
So Gralen's going, what the fuck is this world? First of it here, then this, all the things that seem reckless and dumb.
It's right about everything?
Esther's just been right.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna believe my bestie. So
I mean, that is objectively the observable truth, right? Is Ezthe has been right after right after
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
about so many things.
I'm gonna do it. What do I
Okay.
do?
Roll a D100. Well, just roll 2D10,
Okay.
and then don't add them together. What are the numbers?
6 and 7.
Okay, so it's either a 67 or a
Or
76,
76.
and I will decide.
Okay. Gralen goes over to the bottom.
Really?
Like, there's so much. There's hesitation. It's just.
Well, first of all, it tastes like candy and vanilla.
Oh.
It tastes amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then like the smell. Once you get closer, be like, oh, it smells good. Oh, it's delicious.
Okay.
I wonder if we could ferment this. And then you smell the incense, and there's a moment where just the memory is like you were instantiated as a cleric officially.
Mhm.
You were given your holy symbol.
Mhm.
You were not just a cleric, but a cleric of the Shadowland, of Kelemvor's embassy,
Mhm.
right? And you know to your bones that if you die in the next hour, you will be reincarnated. You know this for a fact, rock solid fact. No question, you will be fully reincarnated, not revivified, not dropped to 1 hit point. You will be reincarnated.
Gralen has no more doubt about Esther whatsoever. Like not a single drop of whatever. No matter how. Hopefully, you don't have any really crazy ideas, because for like the next until
Yeah.
proven otherwise, whatever you say goes.
Yeah. Now, reincarnate is not the same as resurrect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, reincarnate means you come back in a different
A
body.
different body.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's fine, but it's a human.
For a grave cleric.
Yeah, right. It's like
That's-
bodies are fleeting.
That's assurance that
Yeah.
almost no one gets.
Yeah.
And like, as long as I'm understanding reincarnation in this world will still be, I am still me. I'm gonna
Yes.
remember me. It's just gonna be a different
Yeah,
body.
you
right?
are you, and you will be one of 10 possible species.
With memories and all, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% you, just new body.
Fascinating.
Yep. Or I choose it. Actually, we don't have to roll. I could just decide. I probably
I
would.
don't know how you're doing this, Ezthe. I don't.
I didn't do anything. It's the slime wall goo.
So you were literally a potted plant. Like,
Not for long.
like you became like pot. Like you,
Yeah.
part of your being was a
Ceramic.
fucking inanimate,
Yeah.
inanimate plant. Pot.
Yeah.
It was part of you.
I was it. It was me.
You
The
were,
pot
you
and
were
the
an
plant.
aloe plant.
I was like a spiky, gooey plant.
How did the pot? We don't have time for this. Okay, later.
Okay.
Can't believe I forgot all that. That was so much fun. I mean, not the being afraid and the remembering the attack before it happened part, but the rest of it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Ezthe has not told us the story that they remember
No.
at all.
Sam, Jaden chugged the potion, right?
Uh-huh.
You have that empty bottle?
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
You know what? For later. And just
Fill
fills
it up.
up the bottle with...
Okay. Yeah, and we'll say that bottle is 4 doses.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if
Alright.
this changed it because I was already about to say this. So you do like just a regular scoop
Mm-hmm.
without expecting it. You see Gralen's mage hand,
Mage.
like get a little extra and like pack it in there.
5 doses.
Wait,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean-
sorry.
You all got your effects from like a fingerful of
Right.
honey. You know?
Can
Like, you
Can
dip it
I,
in honey.
I mean, you have like an urn that holds like 5 pounds of mayonnaise.
That's true. I don't know if I could fill. I mean, I could fill it. I just wouldn't be able to use it probably.
No. Look, here's the thing. It doesn't have to be mayonnaise, right? I think
Okay,
it says
yeah.
of like it's one of these or
Yeah.
something else, right?
No, that's a good question. I don't know about the current wording, but I mean, it's your game.
You put shadow goo in it before.
Yes, you did.
That's true. That's true.
Right? So here's
Okay.
here's what I'm gonna say. You can fill it up, but you can't refill it.
Okay. Oh, sure. Yeah. I
Alright.
can't like have it regenerated.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I get that.
But it will safely store it, not spillable, and you can't turn it into anything else.
Sure.
Right? So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
tell you that ahead of time. It's preventing you from turning it into mayonnaise. or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I empty out the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And I fill it with a gallon of this goop.
a gallon.
Is that the same mayonnaise?
Oh, it's
It's
magical
fresh.
mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's
it's
fresh.
Oh,
fresh.
it refreshes it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Refreshes it.
It's magical mayonnaise. That sounds like a euphemism.
I love
I
that
don't
can't
wanna
remember,
waste the
like, key
mayonnaise,
points
so I
of
start
last
taking-
week, and I remembered the basketball-sized container of mayonnaise
Yeah.
from
Oh,
16 sessions ago.
Yep.
I you know what? And I don't want to waste the mayonnaise.
Oh,
So I kind
no.
of like empty it into my hand and I start just like,
just big bites.
it's like taking chunks of it.
Sure.
I don't think I can eat the whole gallon,
No.
but I eat as much of it as I can
Sure.
to like
Just
not
as a
waste it.
treat.
And
yeah.
then I give the rest to the soil to
Yeah.
develop.
Sure. The egg and whatever. The soil will be very glad to receive.
You've seen a lot of gross stuff.
Yeah, you know what? It's gonna eating a handful of
Not a regular hand, a giant
Hippo.
hippo hand.
Oh,
But I mean, proportionally to my gift mouth.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
It's-
I'm
Also,
a handful.
just like
Like a quarter of your size. You're taking handfuls of mayonnaise that are like roughly my
Baseball.
leg.
Look, as they say, more than a handful is just a waste. So, yeah, you have a gallon of this. I think it's like an ounce is a dose, is what I want to say.
Okay.
I don't know how many ounces are in a gallon.
I have to do
64.
64.
64 in a liter, right?
Leave
No.
it to the gallon. Quite nice together.
One.
I did that because of alcohol bottles.
Oh, yeah.
That's how my brain.
Oh, it
No,
produces
it
2
is.
gallons
It's
of mayonnaise.
128 U.S. fluid ounces in a gallon.
Ounces is what I meant. To say, yeah.
128 doses.
So let's say it's 2 ounces is like a shot. I mean, an ounce and a half is a shot,
Yeah,
but like let's say it's 2 ounces,
Okay.
and it's
128.
in
64
2 gallons
doses.
or 1 gallon.
1 gallon is 128 ounces.
So it's
64 doses.
no. You said 2 gallons.
No, it's two. It produces 2 gallons of mayonnaise, but the volume of itself is a gallon.
How can
Okay.
it make 2 gallons if
It's
it
magic.
can only hold a gallon?
It's magic. I just say mayonnaise, and then it starts pouring out.
Oh, okay. And then it'll store a gallon.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam just died a little bit.
I love you, but this is the most disgusting thing I've ever
This
heard
is the
in my
part
life.
that grossed out Sam, everybody. Please clip this
Most
and tag us in it.
It was the tone of voice when you made the mayonnaise command. Like people say Marco Polo in the poll.
All right, I got a little bit left we got to do. Okay, you have a
My
jar-
job is done.
You have a gallon of slime, and it is perfectly clear. By the way, it looks like hand sanitizer,
Fantastic.
right? So with a little bit, it's like the consistency of honey, but it's not yellow, right? It's like perfectly clear.
It's like crystal
honey.
Pepsi. Like,
Yeah, but the consistency of honey.
Oh, it's
Mayonnaise and Crystal Pepsi.
Not at the same time. Okay, I'm taking control of the within just a short while after that, Gralen, you know that you've got about 45 minutes left on Reincarnate.
okay.
You come around the corner and you can see some myconids working, right? There's a few of them that are just like, we're standing and waving in the breeze that doesn't exist.
Like they do.
Yeah. And then others are moving things around and digging in a big old tiered garden sort of thing. And you see, well, first the smell of acid hits you, which, as they didn't remember a strong acid presence. Maybe these are different myconids, but that was not part of your experience.
I mean, not all myconids, but
Yeah.
also, like, it smells wrong.
Yeah, it's like salty acid. This is what it smells like.
Mhm.
Does everyone know what acid smells like?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. It's like astringent,
sort of acrid.
sour, acrid. Yeah, acrid is a better. Yeah. So all of you get this like salty, acrid smell, and you come around and you can see a number of myconids working in a space like. If you took the size of an end zone in American football and like sort of bent it into a almost semicircle, right? It's not all the way around, but it's just bend it a little bit. But it's about that much space, right? Is the main encampment here. And you can see there's all kinds of resources. You can see a number of heads that have been turned upside down, and there's mushrooms growing out of the bottom of the skull. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the thing that seems a little out of place as they okay, so Gralen and Brutus are new to myconids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jaden and Ezthe, I want you to do history or nature or survival. It's your choice, but you're going to add your proficiency bonus no matter what. So pick intelligence or wisdom, basically, is what I'm saying, and add your proficiency bonus, which is what, 3?
Yeah.
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 14.
21.
Okay. it's weird that you've never thought of this, especially as you lived with them for a number of times. I know, Jaden, you traveled and you met some. I don't know if you actually lived with them for that long. Did you?
Probably stayed with them for a festival or two.
Yeah, like a night or a week
Yeah.
or something like that. But, you know, not...
Like vacation, not residency.
Yeah, whereas as they had residency, right? It occurs to you now you've never seen a Myconid sit down. Or certainly not like sit down to like you've seen them tip over and then get back up or die or whatever, right? But you've never seen a Myconid just go, "Whew, what a day," right? And
I mean, they don't really have chairs so much. They're like some benchy type things,
they
but chairs
don't
aren't
have
really a thing.
chairs because they don't sit down.
Yeah.
You're just realizing this, right? And Jaden, you're having the thought too, and it's occurring to you because there is a tall Myconid, first of all. Even from here, he's like the width of the end zone is what, 10 yards? The depth of the end zone?
20.
20
Okay,
yards.
so 20 yards,
That's 20.
20.
Yeah.
and then up above that a little bit, right? So fully 20 yards back from the path that you're walking, which will just take you in front of this whole farm, right? It's basically a farm is what this, 20 yards deep, 50 yards essentially long.
I thought about it. It's 10. It's 20 total, 10 on each.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 10. It's
Oh.
10. Okay. Well, I needed to be a little deeper than that. So we'll say 20 yards, which is 60 feet. All right. And that is 60 feet that like you can navigate through the plantings, right? But you do see those brine pools, right? The brine pools that what I believe was upgraded to Port Brad, right?
Despite the number of times I call it Point Brad,
Yeah.
because I've got, I just can't get it out of my mind.
Yeah. They have a number of brine pools that you can't necessarily see. Well, actually, no. I would say you see half a dozen brains starting to peek out the top of the brine that they're sitting in. And then some myconids will come over and like ladle brine over them to keep them moist in their acid bath. And the but the thing that struck you as so strange is you were looking at the farm here, and then like, okay, yeah, oh, that's the sovereign, all right? You just know things because you're in the spores, right? You also, if you had any levels of exhaustion, that would be cleared, right? So we don't literally have a game effect for that, but understand, like, you feel fully rested, right? I'm not giving you a rest bonus. I'm just saying, like, mentally, you're clear and alert, and you don't even feel like you've been hiking for an hour. It was about an hour's walk, once you got to the slime hole after about an hour, and then that turned out to just be 15 minutes from the farm. Okay? There's an enormous, like, 7-foot tall myconid. Do you know what Gumby looks like? So basically, that looks like a rectangle got carved into shapes with like stiff legs and arms just out like a scarecrow, sort of. And it looks like a claymation thing was like bent and bent to sit in this chair, right? And the chair is molded from like cut mushroom stock. Right? It's like cut into the wall and carved away a bunch of the wall.
That's also very weird.
Yeah. And like throne is the only thing you could call this, right? It's like, this is a Myconid sovereign sitting in a throne. And yeah, that's what you walk up to. And it's, again, that's like 20 yards away from you. You all could see 60 feet. There's dim light. But, then through the spores, the sovereign welcomes you. Welcome to our farm. It looks like you've brought us what we need, our materials.
You have the bag of heads.
I do have the bag of heads.
Mhm.
I kind of look at you all and like, should I approach?
I mean,
Do I
this
give him
looks
the
like
heads?
what they had going on at Point Brad, so Jaden's kind of like,
This
oh,
seems,
this seems actually okay-ish.
but also very, like,
Weird.
I've never seen a myconid carve into a mushroom before.
So another myconid has sort of silently come up and is like,
Asking for.
yeah, like just gesturing to be
Okay.
given the bag.
Well, they haven't done anything suspicious, I suppose.
I say quietly, in hushed tones.
Through
But I
the-
also don't
We
have
could
the
do it through
context of the
descending, so-
throne thing.
Yeah. Well, I think you still have to talk to the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not telepathy.
Yeah,
Um,
But I mean, you said that it was unusual that they've kind
Yeah.
of carved.
I mean, they don't look like they're gonna try to hurt us or anything.
I mean, it's not like I've met every myconid out there.
Okay.
I, kind of swirl the bag around me and I offer it to this myconid that's approaching.
okay. Previously, our arrangement with Barnabas was to supply him with Toadstool. And you know Toadstool was key in that preservation spell.
Ah.
Would you like that, or is there something else we could help you with? And by the way, another couple of myconids have come up, and they have like sort of battered tin cups of water that they're offering you. Sort of hospitality. This is also not something you experienced.
Huh.
But
And the
you know.
Eye Circle didn't really know
They were
outside.
barely, they knew Drow and then Raiders, they barely had contact with the outside.
I'd be interested to know what other supplies you might have to trade.
Mm.
The toadstool probably isn't as useful to us as it was to Barnabas.
All right, you have different projects in mind.
We do. Also, would be curious to learn more about your farm
Mm.
while we're here.
We found if humanoid skull meat is cultivated correctly, it can feed illithids, and then illithids would not need to hunt humanoids for their skull meat.
That's fascinating. How did you come across this information?
This is not his pause. It seemed like a logical place to start. I need both of you to roll insight.
Okay.
Never heard of Mike and it say logical in your life.
Like, what is this? These are not the myconids I know.
Seems suspicious. Whoop.
What? The throne isn't just giving signs of empire.
16.
19.
Okay. You both have won the right to make a wisdom save.
No.
Or intelligence save.
Wisdom save it is.
No thanks.
I don't think anybody at this table wants an intelligence
Yeah,
save.
I know. Strength saves for everyone.
I know.
13.
13?
Yeah.
19.
Ooh. Okay. So I don't always love table secrets, but I really want Sam to have to explain this in their words.
Oh gosh.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna Discord you real quick.
Okay.
Oh gosh, go fast. Oh wait, no, I can't do it on there. Oh, you know what? Everybody vamp for a second. Sam, meet me at camera 2.
Oh yeah. Camera 2.
Is there some weird mushrooms, but also I can't believe we got so much goo.
Yeah. Yep. That was key. I didn't even think about using the alchemy jug. So
I can't believe I remembered that.
super happy for me.
Forgot about the Gralen.
64 doses.
You have one Gralen over. That's it. Like later tonight, we're having a goo party. Everybody's doing a shot of goo.
We just have to be careful that there's nothing flammable around.
Yeah. Are we doing that here? What? Or are we taking it back to the caravan?
Gralen wants to get the hell out of here.
Right.
The living quarters.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Living quarters. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it's not
I
like
mean, I
men
guess
can
there's-
hate us any more than they already do.
There's plenty for us to do that and still take to the caravan with us. So, all right.
All right. So we're standing around, sort of having a little bit of small talk with the sovereign. That's the wrong word. And the other myconids who are working here are variously bringing you things like they knew that Barnabas also didn't just what do myconids eat? Water? I don't one rot, I guess.
consume
Yeah.
Decaying matter.
Yeah, decaying matter. So they understood that Barnabas preferred fresh meat and certain types of mushrooms and things, and so they've brought out they're in the process of bringing out a essentially charcuterie board, right, with some sliced meats and mushrooms, no cheeses, but there's a
Which is so weird because I guess dairy is hard to come by in the Underdark.
sure is.
But they'd be so good at making cheese.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. This is true.
Yeah, if they had some deep growth,
Yeah. Exactly.
they could do something with that.
That needs cheese.
No, I know. I'm sorry. Okay. And Sam, is there anything you want to do at this point?
I'm trying to figure out what I can do.
Hmm.
Is a good question.
Okay.
I think at this point, Jaden is trying to keep the Sovereign talking until he can figure out what's happening.
Mhm.
And so he asked him, how long have you been here? It's been a long time since I've been to the observarium.
Mhm.
How long has your farm been here?
Well, so out of character, how long ago exactly did Hayden leave?
I think we said it was a few hundred years,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I think it was around 400 years.
400 years.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy says, sorry, it says sovereign, so with respect, right? This guy says, only 300 years or so.
Oh, okay.
Oh. This whole time I thought all this was kind of recent.
Roll insight, please. Oh, actually, you don't have to roll insight.
Oh.
Everybody else roll insight. And I'll roll to see what your target number is. Oh no, you're so bad at this. 14. 14 target.
15.
Okay.
I was like, wait,
Also-
where's my insight? It was like,
15.
that's one. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Brutus?
barely.
It's a 0 and a 9, so it's a crit for a 24.
Okay. So the three of you know that it's lying, right? It has not been here that long. And you, Brutus, pick up on a bunch of little subtle things. And you have this Sherlock moment, right? Of you're not book learned, right?
Mm-hmm.
But your instincts are strong and you just have a sense of, you have a strong sense of right and wrong,
Yeah.
right? You have a strong sense of how to do combat, right? All those types of things.
Uh-huh.
And there's just something that's well, Point Brad got this far in a few weeks,
Yeah.
right? There's no way this operation is more than a few weeks old.
Sure. Okay. All right.
So, you all, 4 of you, know for a fact the Sovereign is lying. Oh, and I'm going to give you this. The Sovereign is lying and picked a number that would be intentionally less than the amount of time Jaden's been away.
Oh, okay.
Like, knew how long to say,
Yeah,
but wanted a number that was impressive and seemed like they belonged here.
sure.
That's interesting. So the whole time you and Barnabas were having like this agreement, it's been going on for all this whole time?
Yes, it's been a very productive partnership.
What role do the other partners you mentioned before play in?
Our Illithid partners.
Yes.
They were seeking alternate food source, and we were able to partner with them because they do not feed on us.
I see. So you're helping them with their food source, so they're not
Yes.
seeking it elsewhere.
We hope to find an amenable solution for all beings.
But then why are you lying?
Thank you for joining us for episode 17 of the Astral Circus. Emphasis on the ass. Thank you for that. Thank you to our chat mods, first and foremost. We love getting to do this live. Live and later are your only 2 options to watch the show. And live is really fun. So thank you, chat mods. Thank you to our Patreons. We don't have to do ads. We don't have to say we like a game when we don't like it. We don't have to keep playing a game if we don't like it. We do whatever the fuck we want. That's because of our Patreons. Thank you for doing that. Also, you're the reason we get to have our air conditioning on, and
And just be able to do summer games.
I kept my jacket on the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole game?
Yeah.
Cool.
So thank you for that. You go to happyjacksrpg.com/Patreon if you've got a few extra bucks. And just to reiterate, though, if you have only a few bucks, do what you got to do. Or if you can donate to your local mutual aid, something like that. If you just Google local mutual aid, you will find the organizations in your area. And then if you have some left over, we would love that in our Patreon. But that's the priority, right? 1, take care of community. Then we take care of Happy Jacks. And then we buy our own groceries in that order. The first part was real. Yeah. Again, welcome back.
Thank you. It was amazing. It was great. Thank you guys. I have been Dion. I played Gralen. It was a wonderful time. You can't really find me on the internet right now because my life is a mess, but it's soon to come out of, so I'm looking forward to being on the internet soon. So hold out for that. In the meantime, help people, help your fellow friend, do what you can, particularly in a moment right now. It is a wonderful thing to find ways to help your community, to be part of things, but also get active politically. If you haven't yet, you should also do so. Call your senators. It not only annoys them, they keep track of how many calls they get. Even if you think it won't do anything, do it anyway, because it only takes like a minute and a half, and I've already done it, and you should do it, and if you've already done it, you should do it again.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
guess what? They count how many calls they get, not how many different numbers they
Yep.
get.
They
So-
do not track that. They're not supposed to track your number.
They can't track your
Yeah.
number. They can ask your name. Tell them a name.
Yeah.
So call your senators. I'll leave it at that.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jay, and I've been Brutus. Glad to be back in that particular character's world, I suppose. You can find me at JAfrica on most of the socials. You can also find me DMing at Alamo Draft House a week from today, Video Vortex downtown LA for their Dungeons and Draft House event. And then the following week, you can find me at Bull vs. Bear in San Francisco, DMing for Alamo Draft House over there. Let's see. Beyond that, you can find me in the Happy Jacks back catalog. So again, hopefully you've enjoyed going on this astral jaunt with us, this spelljamming jaunt with us. Some unpleasant changes have kind of been approved here in the United States. And so take care of yourself, take care of your family, check in on your people, and here's hoping for the best.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam, they them pronouns. I have been Jaden Sapphire, your sparkly astral elf.
There we go.
That's the emphasis we're looking for.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
You can find me on the internets under my author pen name, Sylvie Hellstaff, on Blue Sky and on TikTok. I mostly thirst about monsters, post art that I draw, and information about books that I write. If you are interested in reading spicy romance books about monsters and humans, you should check them out. This is my latest one. It's called Lust and Found. It is out now. And for the month of July, I'm going to be donating all of the profits from this book to benefit the LGBTQ community through the Trevor Project and Point of Pride. The first one benefits is a resource for trans youth. It's suicide prevention hotline, really important. They do amazing work. And then Point of Pride gives assistance to trans folks who need help getting gender affirming care. So those are both two organizations really near and dear to my heart. This book is a lot about taking care of yourself and your community. It started out as a silly premise of what if you summoned a demon and they were really hot, and ended up as a love letter to queer community and found family. So
Very spicy love letter.
very spicy.
I'm
love letter.
someone who enjoyed it thoroughly.
But with those themes in mind, I wanted to use it to give back to my community. So that's what I'm going to do. If you are in the market for a new book, your purchase will not only benefit a queer author, but also the community. So.
And your books are so good. They're just so good. Just have to say that. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry. Who am I talking? Who am I talking? I'm Pooja. I don't use pronouns. You can find me on the internet as Forgotten Saves. If you want to hear me play more TTRPGs, you can find me in the happyjacks back catalog and Queen's Court Games Mekong. If you are out there in any kind of city, you can search your city's name and mutual aid. It is not just about money, it is about time, it is about family, it is about people helping each other. It's not just about donation, but it is about connection. So, highly recommend you do that. On a lighter note, if you want to hear me, or if you want to watch me make weird shit, because I am a Pooja of all trades, you can find me on my YouTube channel, Forgotten Curiosities, where I have a new video out today, which is the phase 1 of me turning my craft room into an Artificer studio, and mostly centered on the cabinet restore that nearly ended me.
No.
It's not all beautiful or whatever, but it does have a happy ending. So if you're looking for that,
Everybody loves a happy ending.
Yeah.
so you can get both kinds.
Yeah.
This side of the table is serving.
Yeah. Was there anything else? Okay. And I think I mentioned at one point during the show, my name's Jason. My pronouns are he, him. And then I also get the pronouns of everybody I play in the game, which is fun. I get to be everyone, which I realize it may have been an ADHD indicator. Why I prefer to DM than
That makes
play.
sense. Mm-hmm.
I enjoy playing for about one session, and then I need to be everyone again. It's not that I want to be in charge, it's that I want to be everyone else. I'm a hive mind. As everyone said, look after your community, and it'll look after you. Also, support your local library. That's an easy one.
Always.
And then you can find me on my channel, It's Probably Okay, over on twitch.tv. And on Wednesdays, I think it's still Wednesdays. Yep. We may have to make adjustment, but on Wednesdays we wear death. We're playing an honor mode playthrough to get Dion the Golden Dice. Maybe both of you, Dion and Pooja, we're playing Baldur's Gate 3. We don't know how the achievements work yet.
We're finding out.
Yeah.
We're fucking around and finding out.
We need to find an achievement that you don't have and try to do it, and then
Well, if
We
you
have both already fucked around and found out
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yep.
and we will continue until morale
And it's
improves.
Going great.
It's actually going wonderfully. You just need to throw. Well, no, we need to kick a bunch of people off of ledges to have them fall to their deaths, so that I can. Because if we do it enough times, because I don't have the falling damage achievement.
Oh yeah.
Because it turns out, if Karlach throws them down to their deaths, it
Oh.
doesn't count because that's
You have
throwing
to shove
damage.
them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Also on Fridays I've been designing a game with Sam DeLev. There are VODs of that, and I still need to, I say every week, need to push those to YouTube. It hasn't happened yet, so don't worry about it. And you can find my games at probablyokgames.com, home of the okayest games around. And that's it. Next time we'll find out why Sovereign Horror is lying.
It hurts. It hurts that you're lying.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.